Wednesday, January 1st, 1975. It's time for the 1975 Rose Bowl featuring the Pac-8 champion USC Trojans and the Big Ten champion Ohio State Buckeyes, live and direct from Pasadena's Rose Bowl. Here is NBC coverage.
Buckeye band on the field, and while they are warming up this crowd of near 100,000 plus, and we're awaiting the arrival on the field of the two football teams, the grand marshal for the Tournament of Roses parade. And this Rose Bowl game, Henry Aaron, the greatest of all the home run hitters, just arrived a few moments ago. Looking at some of the major football stats of all the major college teams around the nation. Tom Hamlin, Ohio State, number 2 in total offense, 450-some yards per game, and number 2 in rushing offense, number 2 in scoring. The Trojans 7th in the nation. Ohio State averaging 38, a little better than 38 points a game in 11 games. What a tremendous offensive machine Woody Hayes has got. The Trojans averaging 31 points and 41 points per game in their last 4 wins. And mighty impressive they were in that area. Scoring defense, the Buckeyes 7th and the Trojans 10th. Both of these teams can score, and both of them apparently can play defense. I don't know what's going to happen in this football game.
Well, I think, Tom, it's why we're going to have about a record 105,000. Because it's a great matchup. It's the third time, and a game like this might be blasé for a fan, but there's too much at stake. I think of the name of Archie Griffin and Anthony Davis, even though the coaches would like to play it down. They finished 1-2 in the Heisman Award with a little luck. Maybe it could have gone the other way. Great traditions.
The Ohio State Buckeye band now, after playing the alma mater, now to their final formation, and we anticipate the playing of our national anthem in just a bit. Beautiful day here at Pasadena. Temperature 54. Southwest at about 15 miles an hour. And the crowd will get the official attendance a bit later, but it's bound to be about 100,000. And now, this crowd that I spoke of a moment ago on its feet as the Ohio State Marching Band will lead us in our national anthem.
This Rose Bowl broadcast for a bulletin from NBC News. Here is Peter Hackus at the federal courthouse in Washington.
All but one of the 5 Watergate cover-up trial defendants are guilty. The 9-woman, 3-man jury has just announced the verdict in Judge Sirica's courtroom after having deliberated for almost 15 and a half hours over a period of 3 days. Acquitted among the 5 was lawyer Kenneth Parkinson, who served as an attorney for the committee to re-elect the president. Of those 4 who were pronounced guilty by the jury today, John Mitchell stands to get one of the stiffest sentences. He was convicted on 6 charges. He faces a total of 25 years in jail and $37,000 in fines. H.R. Haldeman, the former White House Chief of Staff under former President Nixon, faces a possible maximum of 25 years in jail, $21,000 in fines. John Ehrlichman, the former President Nixon Chief of Domestic Affairs, faces 20 years in jail, maximum, and $35,000 in fines. He was convicted on 4 charges. Robert Mardian, one-time Assistant Attorney General and attorney for the Committee to Re-elect the President, convicted on 1 charge. He faces 5 years maximum and $10,000 fines. Repeating again, all but one of the 5 Watergate cover-up trial defendants have been adjudged guilty by the jury. John Mitchell, guilty of conspiracy, obstruction of justice, false declaration before a grand jury, 2 of those charges, and perjury before the Senate Watergate Committee. He faces a total of 25 years in prison. H.R. Haldeman, guilty on 5 charges, conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and 3 charges of perjury before the Senate Watergate Committee. Haldeman faces a possible maximum 25 years in prison. John Ehrlichman, guilty on 4 charges, conspiracy, obstruction of justice, false declarations, 2 of them, before a grand jury. Ehrlichman faces a possible total of 20 years in jail. The other person convicted of the 5 defendants, Robert Mardian, one-time Committee to Re-elect the President attorney, convicted of conspiracy. He faces a maximum 5 years in prison. One of the 5 defendants was acquitted, Kenneth Parkinson. He was acquitted of 2 charges. Judge Sirica will pronounce the sentences, presumably within the next month. The attorneys for all of the defendants have indicated they will appeal the convictions. Once again, all but one, that is 4 of the 5 Watergate cover-up trial defendants are guilty. The jury handed down the verdict just moments ago after 15 and a half hours of deliberation. Peter Hackus, NBC News at the Federal Courthouse in Washington.
Now back to Pasadena and today's Rose Bowl.
Back again with you from Pasadena, the Rose Bowl, and the roar in the background from some 20,000 Buckeye fans who cheer the scarlet and gray of Ohio State as they come racing out of the field here at Pasadena. The Trojans will be out in just a bit, and this game will be getting underway. The Ohio State team won the toss, has elected to receive, and will be defending the goal to our left, which would be the north end of the Rose Bowl. The Trojans come out of the tunnel to the far side, and a partisan crowd of 80,000 more, I would imagine, cheering them to what they hope will be a victory over Ohio State. The Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association has the right of approval of the announcers on this broadcast, and we'll pause 10 seconds now for station identification.
This is WMAQ and WJOI-FM, Chicago.
Tom Kelly and Tom Hamlin from Pasadena, the Rose Bowl, where the 61st annual is about to get underway. Ohio State will receive, and the Buckeyes have been a great scoring team in the first period. In the quarters divided up throughout the year, they've managed to score 103 points in that first period. The Trojans, seems to me, as I think back over their 11-game schedule, Tom Hamlin, have always done well if they manage to put that first drive together and get some points on the board. They seem to set the tempo for themselves and play a good game, and I would imagine the Buckeyes are pretty much the same way.
Surprisingly, they didn't. Several teams scored first. Michigan scored first. Ohio State came back and beat them 12-10 after being behind 10-0. Also, I believe SMU scored first. So did Wisconsin, and the Buckeyes didn't seem to awake till after that. Until last year in the Rose Bowl, Ohio State had never been behind. The Southern Cal took that first 7-0 lead. This was a different season with a different setting group, Tom.
Indeed, and we expect, I would imagine, Willis will be one of the deep men to receive, and he, while a good many people think of Anthony Davis as being perhaps the premier kickoff return man in the nation, and, well, they should think that because he averages over 40 yards a return on kickoffs, has 6 career returns for touchdowns. But longest, though not recorded by the NCAA, which recognizes only 100-yard distances, was 106 yards. That one as recently as the Notre Dame victory for the Trojans. This young man, Willis, can run with the best of them, has great sprinter speed, and he himself is no worse than fourth best in the nation when it comes to returning kickoffs.
Oh, he's a great one. He can run the 109.3. He's out of junior college in Nebraska by way of Washington, D.C. Lenny's 6 foot. Archie Griffin will be back there with him along with the fine wingback Brian Bashnagel, and they are the deep men. And it'll be interesting to see. Will Southern Cal kick it straight away, and when Ohio State has to kick off, will they kick the ball to Anthony Davis? When asked at the news conference, Woody Hayes says, will I kick to Anthony Davis? He said, maybe yes, maybe no.
Well, we'll find out, Tom Hamlin, about whether the Trojans will kick it to Griffin or whether they'll kick it to Willis. As the 1975 Rose Bowl game is about set to go, Chris Mahalu has it teed up at the 40, and Tom Hamlin set to call the first half. Tom?
Ohio State receiving at the north. Beautiful day for football, 54 degrees. Trojans in their red helmets, gold pants. Ohio State silver helmets, gray pants, white jerseys. There's the kick. It's the Willis, numbers it off the 5. They're in on him. He comes up. He is hit and blocked. As he crossed the 5, he might have got out to the 6. So the 61st annual Rose Bowl game is on. Southern Cal kicked it deeply Mahaden to about the 4. Making the tackle on the play was Larry. Doug France came up to block, but Willis had dropped the ball, picked it up and got back to just about the 5-yard line. So it was just a loss of about a yard. Hamlin it on the 6. First down and 10, Ohio State on their own 5. They'll have Cornelius Green at quarterback. Archie Griffin deep in the eye. He's about 2 yards deep in the end zone. Pete Johnson is the fullback. Bashnagel is the wingback. Here comes the first play of the 1975 Rose Bowl. And fullback Pete Johnson blasting up the middle, looking for running room, and squirms his way out to about the 9-yard line. Art Riley leads the team in tackles for Southern Cal in on that first stop. So Ohio State will be second down. They'll have the ball about 6 yards to go, and they'll have it on the 9. Setting Ohio State's line, Doug France at left end, and at split end they have Lenny Willis, the tackle, Schumacher and Donnelly, the guard, Smith and Meyer, and Dick Max, the center. Once again, pitch out. Archie Griffin finds time to run wide, gets over the 10, and batter down. He got to the 11. Picked up about 2 on the play. And Southern Cal's great All-American linebacker Richard Wood made the tackle. So the Buckeyes are down to a 3rd down and 4th situation, and they have the ball, make it on the 12-yard line of their own 12.
The Trojans feature a very spirited defense, Tom, led by Wood and Kevin Bruce, and great outside speed. Mitchell is a fine outside defender. Wood is very quick, going laterally as well as straight ahead. Exceptional speed, this defensive unit for the Trojans.
3rd down and 3, Ohio State on the 12. Here's the handoff to Archie Griffin. Comes in. Don't believe he got it. Was there a pile up there? He gets to about the 13-yard line. Trojans line is held. And he gets to the 13, and Ohio State on their first possession will be 4th down and 2 and forced to punt. Gary Jeter, who could be one of the great of all times for Southern Cal on the line, 237-pounder from Cleveland, made the tackle, along with Richard Wood, that linebacker from Elizabeth, New Jersey, who weighs 213. So Ohio State will have to kick into the wind, which is about 17 miles per hour. Skladini, who was an All-American kicker, stands a yard deep in the end zone. And back to receive it for Southern Cal is Cobb and Thurman. And it's a high, long kick. It's Thurman back to his 35, running laterally. Pursues in on him, turns the corner, gets to the 40, and is finally shoestringed on the 40, and a flag goes down, Tom Kelly, on the 40 as Thurman got back, or rather Cobb got back for about 5 yards.
Cobb was looking for that picket line to form on this our side of the western side of the field. Clipping is going to be the call against the Trojans. They just about had the line set up, SC did, but a clipping violation, and Cobb trapped and thrown at the 41. And now they'll walk off 15 and take it back. Just nosed over the Trojan 25. Better field position for SC than Ohio State had. Trojans operating with the sun almost at the back of quarterback Pat Hayden. His receivers will be turning and looking into it. It'll be 1st and 10 Trojans and a scoreless first period so far, Tom.
Pat Hayden, the quarterback. Anthony Davis, the tailback. Let's see who's at fullback. It looks like Dave Farmer at fullback, ready for the first play of the game for Southern Cal on their own 25. First and 10. It's Anthony Davis to call. It runs right into Ohio State's big defensive end, Jim Cope and Pete Cusick. So each team comes out with running plays. Anthony Davis squeezes out maybe a yard or two, and the referee will put it up on the 27-yard line.
Wouldn't it be a strange thing indeed, Tom Hamlin, though they are such great athletes, it may sound like a ridiculous statement, but these two teams defensively could be so keyed on Davis and Griffin that other people indeed will play a more important part in the outcome of this football game. Davis gets two. Griffin was a negligible factor in the opening drive for the Buckeyes.
You're entirely right about that. Ricky Bell now on at fullback. Southern Cal will alternate Bell and Farmer. In motion to the right goes Shelton Diggs. Hayden drops to his 20, looking to the far sideline, throwing to Diggs. High, incomplete, floats into the Southern Cal bench. So he went for the sideline, trying for the first down, overthrew into the Southern Cal bench. It's third down and 8. Southern California this afternoon has Jim Obradovich at tight end. John McKay, the great split end, third-time, all-time Trojan receiver. We have Marvin Powell, Steve Knutson at the tackles, Joe Davis, Bill Bain at the guards, Bob McCaffrey's the center. Now, the fullback shuttle. Dave Farmer's back in. Tom, on the fullback shuttle, is this for plays?
Yes, and it also is for blocking. Depending upon which play is called, one man is a better blocker than the other.
We played about 3 minutes in the Rose Bowl. Scoreless, Ohio State, Southern Cal. Draw play up the middle. It is running for plenty of yardage. Anthony Davis gets over the 40, gets the first down. Runs his way up near the 43.5-yard line. Well-conceived play. And there's the first down of the afternoon. And Anthony Davis goes 16 yards in the first, right up the middle. Now the ball positioned on Southern Cal's 44-yard line. In on the play for Ohio State, Rich Parsons. Here's Southern Cal out of the lineup. Split wide to the right is John McKay and wide receiver Shelton Diggs. First and 10, Southern Cal driving, 11:53 to go in the scoreless first period. Hayden signal count, gives off to Davis, tries to skirt in the inside, jumps over center, gets about 7 yards. He goes to midfield and falls into Buckeye territory. Now they'll move it back to the 49. But Tom Kelly, Southern Cal has moved this ball so far from their own 25 to the 49.
John McKay has always maintained, whether correctly or not, I don't know, that his football team can move the football on just anybody. And his players believe it. They've proven him to be very correct in all of the years he's been coaching and the teams he's had. They're getting some awfully good work up front from Knutson, 77, who is by far their best blocking lineman.
Second and 4 on Southern Cal's 49. Hayden pitching out. Davis trying to swing to the near side of the field. He will get the first down and goes to the Ohio State 45. He is hit on the play as he hits Buckeye territory, so the Trojans have started from their 25. They're now at the Buckeye 45, and making the tackle on the play for Ohio State, coming in very hard, was Luke. Jim Obradovich threw a great block on the play, and so Southern California's reeled off 2 consecutive first downs. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter of the 61st Rose Bowl. Southern Cal and Ohio State's just nose beyond the 45. Ricky Bell's back in at fullback. He and Dave Farmer will shuttle every play. Naturally, Anthony Davis about 7 yards deep in the eye. First and 10, Buckeyes deploy. 5 men on the line of scrimmage. It's Bell up the middle, finds good yardage, goes for a first down, and goes inside the 35 and plunges to the Buckeye 33, and the Trojans are moving the ball, Tom Kelly.
And again, though I may be repeating myself, Knutson with great blocking by McCaffrey, the center. A young man I alluded to in our pregame remarks is having had the misfortune of playing on a team with too many great players, too many All-Americans handed out for SC. McCaffrey overlooked. John McKay feels he's the finest center he's ever coached.
All right, that was a 12-yard gain. Ohio State digging in. Southern Cal's running room is wide to the left. They're driving to the north end, and motion is Diggs from right to the wide side of the field. Hayden sends it to the short side. Anthony Davis gets to the outside. It's the 25. Tries to cut back, and he's wrestled down as he reaches just about the 23. Very close to another first down. Rich Parsons gets up for Ohio State, making the tackle along with Van Decree of the end. And that is very, very close for the first down. The time will be stopped. The chains will be brought in just about 2 yards. They're right in front of the ball, Tom Kelly.
I think he's missed it by just, half the length of the football as they set the change out. 4 or 5 inches at the very most. It's going to be second down and that much to go for the Trojans on the Buckeye 23-yard line. This drive started back on the SC 25 following a kickoff to Ohio State. The Buckeyes from their own 5 failed to get to their 15 for a first down in 3 plays. Beautiful kick by Sladani. Boy, can he boot that football. One of the fine kickers we've seen all year, Tom. And now the Trojans with this march from the 25 have a second in inches at the Buckeye 23.
McKay wide to the left along with Shelton Diggs. Fullback is Bell. Back to pass is Hayden looking for the end zone. Throwing down there. It is McKay. There it is. Intercepted by Neil Colsey. A yard deep in the end zone. A little yard from the end line. Buckeyes stop the drive and take over. And Pat Hayden is going for the distance. McKay was down there. He's only 6 foot. Neil Colsey's about 6'3", and that was the difference. The height and the leap.
And one of the premier cornerbacks in all of college football, Neil Colsey, who stung the Trojans a year ago with a great kick return. All right, time out in the field. The Rose Bowl, the score, USC nothing, Ohio State nothing.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Doris. Doris, what's all that noise?
Oh, Charlie, I'm calling from the Midas shop. Now, hold on a second. I'm going to put on the Midas mask here.
Hello, sir. Your wife here insists that I read you our new Midas guarantee. Sir? Hello, sir?
I'm listening.
Oh, well, sir, a Midas guarantee is good on any Midas muffler we install. It's good on any American car for as long as you own it.
Tell him about the free part.
Oh, yeah, right. And if anything goes wrong, we'll put in a new muffler free of charge.
Did you hear that, Charlie? Free of charge. Listen, that even includes the installation.
Yeah, but honey, there's nothing wrong with our muffler.
What, did it come with a guarantee like Midas's?
No, but...
Well, then, there's something wrong with it.
With our new Midas guarantee, you'll never have to buy another muffler for your car. At Midas, we're specialists. We have to do a better job.
So the Trojans go from their own 25 to the Ohio State 23. Second down in inches, and Pat Hayden firing into the end zone for John McKay. Unable to complete it. Neil Colsey, the brilliant cornerback and defensive specialist for the Buckeyes, picks it off. First and 10 Ohio State at the 20 in much better field position for the Bucks, Tom.
Green is the quarterback. Archie Griffin is deep. Johnson the fullback. It's Archie Griffin on the handoff. Tries the middle. A big pile up in there as he hits about the 23. Scrambles. He tried the center. The Trojan line for Otha Bradley. Anchors it along with Kevin Bruce. Bruce 209. Bradley 263. Archie got about 2 yards. Now here's a young man that's gone over 100 yards 23 times in a row, including last year's Rose Bowl. Right now he has 3 carries for 6 yards. Lenny Willis is now in and split in for Ohio State. Doug Krantz, the tight end, snap of the ball. It's a double handoff. Brian Bashnick, the wingback, finds reach out. He opens. Will not stay on his feet, but he did get the first down. He rolled to his left. Brian Bashnick of Allegheny, Pennsylvania, got to the 32, and Tom Kelly, had he not been tripped up, he almost broke it. He squeaked, and he was rolling free when he went down.
Indeed, Bashnickle's one of the, you were talking about unsung people that make the Buckeyes go. Archie Griffin and Green may get all of the headlines. Colsey, all of those on defense. Bashnickle, I recall him well from a year ago. Splendid athlete, a good runner.
Ohio
Pass receiver, too, I might add.
David Hazel split to the left. In motion out to the right. Green spilled on the play before he could get the play underway. Hitting him very hard. Gary Jeter broke him up back on about the 29, so a loss of 3 as Jeter just slopped through. Somebody missed the block, and Cornelius Green was brought down on that play. Ohio State putting in Lenny Willis once again. David Hazer going out. Apparently, Tom Kelly, they're going to alternate at that position all afternoon.
I would imagine, so I can't help but imagine that Green wishes he'd given the ball to Johnson on that play because Pete was all alone and running upfield. Nobody near him.
It's second and 13, Ohio State. Bashnickle in motion to the right side of the field. Here is Big Johnson taking up the middle, puts his weight, and just plows forward through Cardinal jerseys and gets to the 35. He made 6 yards on the play, but Ohio State will now be third down and 7 yards to go, and they'll have it on the 35-yard line. Setting the defense for Southern California. Dale Mitchell and Ed Powell, the outside linebackers, really defensive ends. Art Riley, Gary G to the tackles. The linebackers, Otha Bradley at middle guard, Richard Wood at left linebacker, Kevin Bruce at right. Secondaries, Ron Bush, Marvin Cobb, Charlie Phillips, a great one, and Danny Reese. Ashnagle in motion. Green snap of the ball. Back to pass being pursued. Throws the screen out here to Archie Griffin. Gets on the 30, 35, and comes for the first down as he goes to about the 39-yard line. And this is Ohio State's first down, second of the afternoon, and it's also their first pass. Now, wait a minute. Did I miss that? It's not a first down. Check that. It only got to the 39. So now they're in a kicking situation. And they are fourth down, and Lenny Willis goes out. So, Tom Kelly, they're stalled on the 39, fourth down and 3, and they've got to cut this ball and back deep for Southern Cal.
That's Cobb standing back on the 10, Tom, and Phillips up a little closer.
It's kicked to Cobb on the 8, starts to the center of the field, dances back. He's hit and caught on it. No chance for any type of return. The defense is down under it. Brian Bashmakel in on the hit for Ohio State. So was Ray Griffin, Archie Griffin's little brother, in on the play. And this man, Tom Splitini, in kicking 28 times this year, has only come downfield and had punts returned for a total of 18 yards all season long.
He's a brilliant one. The ball will be under 13 when play resumes. Time out on the field and the score. USC nothing, Ohio State nothing.
For 50 years, the name Chrysler has stood for an automobile of very special accomplishment and luxury. Accomplishment that today reflects itself in the excellence of the 1975 Chrysler New Yorker. Distinguished by unique design and uncommon comfort. Luxury symbolized by the proud bearing of the 1975 Imperial LeBaron. An automobile that sets its own distinctive standards of excellence, comfort, and convenience. And now that tradition of excellence graces a new Chrysler. A new small Chrysler, Cordova. Cordova is an automobile of beauty and harmony. Smaller, but so very luxurious, and yet so very affordable. Cordova is proudly a Chrysler. The Chryslers. Now excellence in 3 sizes.
Unofficially, that kick by Splitini, about 48 yards and no return on it at all. Thank you very much, Jay. Boy, can he kick. All right, Trojans first and 10 on their own 13, Tom.
All right, it's Dave Farmer in at fullback. Anthony Davis is in tailback in motion. Shelton Diggs to the close side of the field. Hayden Rose to the right, gives to Davis. Cuts back, finds a hole, gets the 20 over the 25, and goes for the first down on the 27-yard line. And Davis, who's now had 5 carries for 40 yards, just runs for about 14 more. He's going to be 6 for about 54. And Anthony D. right now is just carrying that mail. Southern California, first down and 10. And they have the ball up on the 27. Van de Cree made the tackle for Ohio State, but not until Davis had ripped off the 14 yards. John McKay breaks the huddle. He and Diggs split and flank to the wide side of the field. Now Diggs in motion to the near side. Hayden drop play. It's Ricky Bell up the middle. Rambles to almost the 40-yard line. Rips the Ohio State line to shreds and goes for another first down. So a varied attack inside, outside, and they're finding a soft middle in Ohio State's line right now, Tom Kelly.
Give you an idea, Tom, of the versatility of the young man Bell you spoke of. He was a defensive end, a linebacker for the Trojans last year as a freshman. He is indeed. His best run of the year was a 59-yard gallop for a touchdown against Washington State up at Spokane earlier in the conference season. What a fine athlete.
There is no score. Ohio State against Southern California. 6-7 to go in the first period of the Rose Bowl. Southern California first and 10 on their 42. Anthony Davis gets a handoff, slides to the outside. Here's the foot races on and gets to the 45. He didn't win it. He squeezed out 3 yards, mostly laterally, and making the tackle, Tim Fox, helped out by Van de Cree. You could see Ohio State's defensive speed then on the wide side of the field as Tim Fox and Van de Cree did not let Anthony get to the outside when he bounced off of an inside tackle. Great great balance by Anthony Davis. Mostly normal backs would have gone down there, Tom Kelly.
Well, he's typical of the SC backs they like to refer to, the Garretts and the Simpsons. Low center of gravity, somewhere about his ankle top, I think.
Still the eye. Now Anthony Davis in motion. The lone setback is Ricky Bell. Hayden back, looking to the far side. The field throws over the middle, complete to Obradovich. Goes for a first down over the Ohio State 40 and down to the 37-yard line. An 18-yard gain, and Southern California has marched this football first down and 10. And they are dominating this game right now with plays as well as statistics. But there is no score. 5:15 to go in the quarter. Rick Parsons, Bruce Elia made the tackle, and big Jim Obradovich, who had 5 pass receptions this year for a touchdown, just got his 6th. He is 6'2". He's from El Segundo, California. Southern California on Ohio State's 38-yard line. Deep in the eye, Anthony Davis, pitch out to him, tries to the weak side, cuts back in the middle, gets over the 35, and then meets the white jerseys of Ohio State, and down he goes after about a 3-yard pickup. Ohio State's defense, Van DeCree and Jim Cope are the ends. Nick Bonamici and Pete Cusick the tackles. The linebackers, Artie Jones, Kenny Kuhn, Bruce Elia. Defensive halfbacks, Neil Colsey, Tim Fox, Rick Parsons, and Steve Luke. Davis right now, 8 carries, 60 unofficial yards.
This drive started back in the Trojan 13, no score, and we've got 4:25 remaining in the first period.
2nd and 7, Southern Cal on their own 35. Bell's now in at fullback. Diggs and McKay wide to the left. Play goes up the middle. It's Bell trying for the weak side play and moves the ball about 3 yards straight ahead behind the blocking of Bill Bain and Steve Knudsen. So it's going to be 3rd down and around 4 for Southern California. They moved the ball to the Ohio State 32. They've been down to this territory before, once to the 37-yard line, had the ball intercepted on a pass into the end zone. Serious drive now, 3:54 to go in the scoreless first quarter. Southern Cal has had the ball most of the time, and they have been driving. Now the Cardinal helmets and jerseys come out with gold pants. Southern Cal up to the line of scrimmage. Anthony Davis is deep. Bell, Farmer's the fullback. Davis gets the call, gets inside the 30 and goes for the first down. He's to the Ohio State 25 before he's brought down by Bruce Rule. But another Trojan first down, and they're driving on the Ohio State 25-yard line. 18 yards. Kenny Kuhn in on the tackle. Bob McCaffrey, Southern Cal's offensive center, cleared the way with a nice block. Ohio State returns 8 of 11 starters, but they lost all of their linebackers. The linebackers, Arnie Jones, Kenny Kuhn, and Bruce Elia have had to work out this year. Ricky Bell's still at fullback. 1st and 10, Southern Cal, Ohio State's 25. No score, 3:08 to go in the first quarter. In motion is Anthony Davis. The pass is through him, catches the ball inside the 18, goes to about the 17. Anthony Davis gets the call, and he receives his 15th pass of the season. And the ball is down to about that 17, 16-yard line, Tom Kelly.
Well, it was great to look downfield into the end zone, Tom Hamlin, and see the coverage on the one-on-one situations. Obradovich, McKay, Diggs, all deep. Colsey and the rest of the fine defensive backs for Ohio State each had a man back there staring him right in the face, and Davis, coming out of the backfield, was the intended target and the man that caught the ball on the pass from Pat Hayden, and it's down to the Ohio State 16.
2nd down and 1, Southern California on the 16. No score, Southern Cal threatening. Up the middle comes Farmer, the fullback, plunges to the 10. They'll adjust this back to the 11-yard line. But they're really picking on Ohio State's center of the line, Nick Bonamici, Arnie Jones, Pete Cusick, as well as the linebackers Kenny Kuhn and Bruce Elia. And so far it has not been student body left or right. Southern Cal spanned in runs, but trying the soft part of the Ohio State line, and so far it's yielded. Aaron Brown now goes in at middle guard for Ohio State. Southern California's first down. This drive started on their own 38. They are first down on the Ohio State, the 11-yard line. Bell's in at fullback. In motion, Shelton Diggs to the far side of the field, the close side. Handoff. It's Bell going to be hit and gets back to the line of scrimmage. It was a fake to Anthony Davis to the outside. Bell tried to counter and stutter step and go to the inside. He's brought down at about the 11. Bruce Elia made the tackle.
Pat Hayden may be wanting to take a good long look at Shelton Diggs, his flanker back, who went in motion. Went to the short side of the field sidelines far away from us, turned to the end zone, was literally standing there all alone, looking back. Nobody was near him. I don't know what he may go to him. It was good to see him go to Obradovich, who's felt maligned this past football season, says Hayden hasn't thrown to him hardly enough at all.
No score. Southern California threatening on the Ohio State 11. First down and 10. Diggs in motion to the far side of the field. Handoff. Davis tries to go to the inside. He's wrapped up. He did not reach the line of scrimmage. Anthony Davis tried to go to the weak side away from the motion, and Jim Cope brought him down. 235-pound Ohio State defensive end by way of McKeesport, Pennsylvania. So the Buckeyes, who have yielded a lot of yards and plays between the goal lines, have been stiff all season long, and they're stiff today so far, unscored on. 52 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That last play, Tom Hamlin, looked very much like both Hayden and McKay were caught in a revolving door and neither knew which way to turn. Time out on the field, 51 seconds remaining in the first period. The score, USC nothing, Ohio State nothing.
Today we're driving the big family car less as we use our gas-saving small car more. Now, an underused car doesn't always get enough exercise to eliminate harmful engine deposits, so it needs quality protection, like Quaker State Motor Oil, made to protect against harmful deposits. Quaker State is now available more places than ever. It's one good thing we don't have to give up.
Quaker State, your car, you keep it running young.
Well, that's remarkable.
It is, isn't it?
You've never had an accident?
No, I haven't.
In your car?
No.
On the job, stub your finger?
Never.
Around the house, old paper cut?
0 accidents in my lifetime.
Well, you must make sure every place is very safe.
No, I don't even think about safety.
Not at all?
No. Say, I've got to go now. Could you hold the door open for me?
On this packing crate?
Sanitized packing crate.
You live here?
All my life. Bye.
If you don't like thinking about safety, think about where you'd be without it.
Well, there's no more room in here.
A public service message from the National Safety Council.
In this scoreless battle in the Rose Bowl, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WMAQ and WJOI-FM, Chicago.
It'll be third down for the Trojans. The ball on the Ohio State 13-yard line when play resumes. SC has won everything but the scoreboard in this first period so far, completely dominating the game offensively and defensively, but they haven't scored yet. Davis, 10 carries, 65 yards. Archie Griffin has carried 3 times for 6 yards. A big third down play, obviously, and here's Tom Hamlin. Tom?
All right, Anthony Davis is out. Alan Carter, who's been averaging 5 yards a carry, is in at tailback. He goes in motion, leaving only Farmer there at fullback. Hayden drops the pass. 3 men going to the end zone. 25, plenty of time. Throw into the end zone. It is tipped up. Kenny Kuhn got his hand on the ball as it zipped through the end zone. I believe it was intended for Obradovich, who was down deep around the goalpost. McKay was down there, too, on a crossing pattern. Kuhn just got his hand on it. So it's incomplete. And this will probably bring on the field goal kicker, and it does, Chris Limahalo, the very enthralling young man from Honolulu, Hawaii, 5'5", all-time field goal kicker, 9 for 14 this year. He'll kick from the 20. Rob Adolph will hold on the 20. There's the kick. It's up. It's got the distance. It's got the height. And it is good. A 30-yard field goal capping the drive which started from the 38-yard line. Southern California takes the lead with 41 seconds to go in this ball game by the score of 3-0, Tom Kelly. And here's the USC band. was an 87-yard drive, 13 plays, and Tom Kelly, that was also a time-consuming play, even though it didn't end in a touchdown. It ended in a field goal, and it almost ran out the time on this first quarter. And Ohio State has still had run 10 plays in this game.
10 plays. The Trojans have dominated the game, yet as you've so carefully and expertly pointed out, the Buckeyes seem to have that rubber band defense going for them. They bend a lot between the 20s, inside that. They are very difficult indeed. Mihaela will be kicking off, and we've got Griffin deep along with Willis.
30-yard field goal for Chris Mihaela. He'll now kick off. Lenny Willis is down the middle on the 3. Archie Griffin is back there with Baschnagel up on the 10. Mihaela sidewinds it, kicks it to Baschnagel, who takes it on the 10, starts up on the west side of the 20, 25, and comes down to about the 28-yard line. So an 18-yard return in Ohio State now with 37 seconds to go in the first quarter of the 61st annual Rose Bowl, trailing 3-0, 37 seconds to go in the quarter. They'll be first down and 10, and the ball will be spotted on their own 29. Matthews in on the tackle for Southern Cal. Buckeyes, gray helmets, gray pants, white jerseys, trimmed in scarlet, come up the line of scrimmage. Pete Johnson, the fullback. Archie Griffin, the 7 yards deep, double handoff. It's trying to get to the outside of Baschnagel. He swarms for maybe 3 yards, but the defensive end play was there. Dale Mitchell was waiting for it. And this outside reverse by Brian Baschnagel got just 3 yards. Southern Cal well prepared for that.
Fooled nobody, Tom, but I'm amazed at the ability of that Baschnagel to get away from at least 4 Cardinal jerseys. Had him surrounded, he still fell forward for a pickup from 3 yards.
He's playing in his 3rd Rose Bowl. Started ever since he's been a freshman. He's still got another year to go. He's just a junior. Willis is in at the end. Here's play out the sideline. It goes to Baschnagel. Completes it up on the 40, and he gets out of bounds. And that is the end of the first quarter. The score here at the 61st Rose Bowl is Southern California 3, Ohio State 0.
Just when you need it more than ever, you can find it more places than ever. That's Quaker State Motor Oil. Why do you need it more? Because if you're using your car less, that engine just isn't getting the exercise it needs. But Quaker State's quality protection is tailor-made to handle deposits that build up in an underworked engine. Now that you need it more, it's available more places. Nice to know.
Quaker State, your car to keep it running young.
How watched a great man die? The Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig.
I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Lou died of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It killed his body one piece at a time. There still is no cure for Lou Gehrig's disease. Thousands of people get it, and anyone who gets it is dead. Help stop ALS, friends.
Give to ALS, Box 3344, Grand Central Station, New York.
Second period about to get underway. Total yards in that first quarter of play for the Trojans, 125 yards. For Ohio State, 39. And Anthony Davis, some 65 of the 125 yards picked up by the Trojans. I think Davis had 10 carries in that first period. 3-0 on a 30-yard field goal. Chris Mihaela putting SC on the board, and now the Buckeyes on their own 41. First and 10, and here's Tom Hamlin.
All right, Ohio State with just 12 plays so far in the game. First down and 10 on their 41. In motion, Baschnagel to the far wide side of the field. Fake pitch off Johnson, the fullback. Blast for short yardage, and he gets up to right around the 43-yard line. Richard Wood, the All-American linebacker for Southern Cal, brings him down. Ohio State went into the game feeling they would have to be buried to beat Southern California. So far, they've passed 2 for 2 for 13 yards, but all the long gaining, and especially on the ground, has belonged to Southern Cal. Second down and 7, Ohio State up on their 43. Griffin deep and tailback. Baschnagel in motion once again.
Mock ready to snap the ball. He does option play. Pitch out to Archie Griffin. Swings in. Almost gets around it. He is careened down as he crosses the 50 and goes to Southern California territory. He gets down to just about that 48.5-yard line. Dale Mitchell brought him down for the first time in this Rose Bowl in the second quarter. Ohio State has finally penetrated to Trojan territory. First down on the 48.
Great effort by Griffin as he was hit by Mitchell. He lunged forward, belying his 5'8" size. He carried Mitchell, who's over 6 feet and well over 200 pounds, for the distance he needed for the first down.
Here's Ohio State, first down at 10 on Southern Cal's 48. Fashionable in motion. Flanks to the left. Green, long count. Option play, pitching to Archie Griffin. Same side, gets to the outside, goes out of bounds, ran out of field. As he got down near that 41-yard line, pushed out again by Danny Reese. So apparently, Ohio State feels they can't go inside. They're trying outside, and so far they've had meager success. And they're now second down, and they're on the Southern California 42-yard line. Gain on the play of 6, surprising, because Archie Griffin just doesn't seem to have distance. Yet when they bring the ball in bounds, they put it on the 42. Second down and 4. 13:58 to go in the first half. Southern California 3, Ohio State nothing. Snap the ball, and it's the big fullback, Pete Johnson, lumbering, trying for the first down. I think he's going to be short of it.
Awfully close, Tom Hamlin.
They're going to close as right, Tom Kelly. They'll bring those yard markers in from the east side of the field. Southern California leading 3-0. Just perfect day for football. Perfect, at least from Ohio State standpoint. Not too warm, yet it's sunlight, not a cloud directly overhead, and it's 54 degrees.
Awfully close, and I think they may have the first down. They stretch it out. Any part of the ball? No, just inches. You know, last year when we saw Pete Johnson for the first time, I thought for a moment somebody had taken a locomotive from the B&O and put a jersey on it. And he looks even bigger and stronger this year, Tom.
Well, he's 6'1" and 250. He did lose some weight. And he certainly is a tough man to bring down for 3 or 4 yards. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. Here's the situation out. 3rd and inches for Ohio State on Southern Cal's 38. Everybody clusters. Southern Cal digs in. Masses on defense. 7 men practically on the line of scrimmage. Option play. Green carries, keeps himself, stutter steps. Crosses Southern California up. Goes down to the 34, and he almost caught Southern California napping. Bush, the cornerback, Ron Bush, came up, brought him down. First down was there, and obviously Woody Hayes had Cornelius Green trying to go for more than a first down. It is first down and 10, Ohio State, driving on Southern California's 34-yard line. Southern California owns all the statistics and leads 3-0. But here's Ohio State still in the game. Hand off, Archie Griffin tries the middle, finds the biggest one of the afternoon for him. Gets over the 30 and moves down to the 27. Richard Wood in on the stop for the linebacking position. But Archie lugged this ball right down to the 27-yard line. He now has carried the ball 6 times for 28 yards. Still way shy of the battle with Anthony Davis, but there's a lot of football to be played this afternoon. Ohio State's second down and 3. They have the ball on the 27. David Hazel split wide to the left. France tight end to the right. Slot back. Brian Bashnagel. Long count by Cornelius Green at quarterback on Southern Cal's 27. Right play, option down the line, cuts back, keeps himself, comes up the middle, goes for the first down inside the 15 and goes hurdle on the play to the 12. Pile up. They are pointing toward the Southern Cal goal line, and apparently Green's fumble was recovered by the Buckeyes. Let's let them unpile, Tom Kelly.
Boy, he got an awful pop just as he went down, and the ball rolled free and rolled right under the feet of Kevin Bruce, but he couldn't fall on it.
Ted Smith recovered that from Gibsonburg, Ohio, 6'1" junior. Now they bring it back. They rule the ball was dead, so it's on to 12. Ohio State now threatening there. First down and 10 on Southern Cal's 12. They're running them as wide to the right. Southern California leading 3-0. 12:15 to go in the first half, and Green calls for quiet. High formation. Handoff. Johnson blasts the middle. Big fullback lunges inside the 10, and he goes to about the 9-yard line. Art Riley made the Stonewall stop. Ohio State threatening to go ahead in this game, trailing right now 3-0. 11:57 to go in this Rose Bowl game. Expecting a record crowd this afternoon. Near perfect conditions, 54 degrees, almost a clear, complete sky above. And just a great field condition. George Stewart goes in for Art Riley on defense. Here's Ohio State on the 8th. It's Archie Griffin to the 5. Still as he crosses the 5 and goes to the 4. Kevin Bruce right atop his shoe stops, brought him down, and the Buckeyes are very close to a first down. They're going to be third down, and just about 2 yards to go on the Southern Cal 4-yard line. They can still get a first and goal and beyond the 2, Tom Kelly.
This Ohio State drive started back on the Buckeye 29, following a field goal and a kickoff. Trojans lead 3-0, but that lead is very much in jeopardy.
Bullhouse, backfield, it's a handoff. Johnson the outside. Does not make it. Goes from about the 3 to the 2.
It is close to the first down, Sam.
Kevin Bruce brought him down. He was sliding to the outside. Roverback Charlie Phillips in on the stop, and now the ball spotted on the 2-yard line, the hash marker from the west side of the field. They signify no first down. So the Buckeyes are now 4th down and inches. Here's the big defensive play for the Trojans. Bartosik comes out and split in. And in Ohio State's Larry King. Ohio State calls for quiet. They are 4th down and inches. Now they walk away from the line of scrimmage. And the crowd gives them the move. But they want to make sure there's no anticipation, jumping offside and causing a 5-yard penalty down here. So close. 4th down and just inches to go.
I don't know who's responsible for most of the yelling. I would imagine it would be Southern California fans, because they probably outnumber Buckeye fans 4-1 here in attendance. And yet this huge delegation of Ohio State Hoosiers is right down below it, just about opposite where the ball is. Here they come again.
Here's the play. 4th down and inches to go just outside the 2. Ohio State trailing 3. There's a hit offside. There's a hit offside. Southern California man was moving now. Did Ohio State draw him off? Doug France was walked into. And the Southern California crowd roars. Somebody from the Buckeyes was moving. That's costing them 5 yards. Doug France may have moved for Ohio State. He drew the block, and it puts the ball back on the 7 and changes this situation where Ohio State will now go for the field goal. That's Ohio State's first penalty. The kicker is Tom Clavin, the junior from Cincinnati Princeton High School, who kicked Ohio State on the Rose Bowl with all 12 points against Michigan in the 12-10 win. It'll be from the 15. A left to right angle, holding his Fashionable. There's the snap, the kick. It's high. It is long. No signal yet. It is no good. It is wide. Wide to the right. Wide to the right. Had the distance, had the height. So there's time out on the field with the score. Southern California still leading 3, Ohio State nothing.
Morning, Mr. Green. Say, haven't seen this big car in a spell.
Nowadays, Caleb, we use our small car mostly.
You know, this big engine might not be getting the exercise it needs.
Exercise?
Yep, to get rid of harmful engine deposits. Make sure you're using Quaker State motor oil. It's fortified to fight deposit buildup.
Is Quaker State still available most places?
Yep, but people need it now more than ever.
Quaker State your car to keep it running young.
Young I may be, but still I'm a man. Just turned 18. I'll do what I can to find me a place where I can be me. Get ready for life, be free as the sea. Where do I go from here? Where do I go from here?
You can be someone special in the new Navy. Learn an exciting job and see the world, too. Call toll-free 800-841-8000 for details.
Predict human error, you know.
But a disappointing effort by Claiborne, whose kick was certainly long enough, but apparently not straight enough. And so the Trojans still are holding on to a precarious 3-0 lead, John.
That was a left to right angle for him. He comes in from the left side of the ball, and you know, quite often, a soccer-style kicker, which he is, will hook the ball right around to the opposite way, and this time it just went the other way. But anyway, a lot of time left, 9:53 to go, and I think the fans are seeing what they want to see, except not as much scoring, and I think Ohio State's got themselves back into it again with a little offense. Here's Southern Cal now, first down and 10. They have the ball out on the 20. Farmer is the fullback. Anthony Davis deep in tailback position. Center Bob McCaffrey. Pitch out goes to Anthony Davis. Tries to swing wide, and Davis cannot turn the end at all. He is stopped for a loss on the 18, trying to go to his wide.
Nemesis of the Trojans once again, Neil Colsey, was in very quickly.
Second down and 12, Southern California on their own 18.
We've got an injured player on the field, Tom Hamlin, wearing the cardinal and gold of SC. Crowd around him, I can't see his number. I think it's a lineman.
Been some awfully hard hitting out there this afternoon, especially in wide open field plays like that where Anthony Davis was flying to the far sidelines. The Buckeye players are now obscuring my view, and we just can't see who it is. But quite often these injuries are not exactly what they appear to be. There is time out of the field with a score. Southern California's Trojans 3, the Ohio State Buckeyes nothing.
Guess what I bought today?
What?
A muffler all by myself.
Where did you buy it?
Midas.
Oh, you're terrific.
You want to see it?
I'll go out to the garage later.
No, it's in the living room.
The car?
A muffler. It's a Midas muffler. I'll get it.
This is going to be something.
See? A Midas muffler for $1.99.
That's a scarf.
That's what I said. $1.99. It's a 5-foot-long scarf, and it's gold, and it's beautiful. And tomorrow I'm going to buy you a Midas muffler and wrap it around your neck.
You know, you're a little strange, Doris.
Speaking of strange, the car makes this funny noise when it runs.
Maybe it needs a new muffler.
No, it would look silly wrapped in a muffler.
Under the car.
Oh.
Don't be the last one on your block to wear a Midas muffler. Just drop into your nearest Midas shop and pick up a beautiful Midas muffler for just $1.99. These 5-foot-long Midas mufflers won't keep your car quiet, but they will keep your neck warm. A Midas muffler for $1.99.
The handoff is to Alan Carter. Tries from the 18-yard line of scrimmage, gets back to the 20. That was Anthony Davis injured on that attempted sweep to his left on the last play. Got up and went off under his own power, and that's certainly good news for all football fans, because when these two teams lock horns, you want to see all the stars stay in and play all the way. Davis went to the sidelines, and he was replaced by Alan Carter, who Coach John McKay says would play first team for anybody in the country. Aaron Brown now in for the Ohio State Buckeyes, made that hit. Southern California 3rd down and 10. They have the ball on their own 20, leading 3-0. 8:53 to go in this Rose Bowl's first half. In motion, Diggs to the right. Play goes to the left. And it is to the outside. Hayden fighting off tackler after tackler. Roll off to the side on the keeper option. Did not make it to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be losing on the play. Just swarmed into by white jerseys. And now it's a kicking situation. And it'll be against the wind. And the kicker for the first time this afternoon, Jim Lucas, who is averaging something like 39 yards a punt, is going to be in, and he'll stand back practically in his end zone.
Great defensive play by Cusick, who can bench press more than Hayden weighs, of course. Had him by one hand and spun him down.
Lucas stands on his one. Neil Colsey back on his 40. Good rush. It's blocked. He hit his own man. He picks it up running. He may get the first down. He gets the first down. He goes from his own 6, shoots upfield, goes beyond the 30 and up out of bounds somewhere around the 35-yard line. Lucas, now whether it was blocked or he kicked it into the seat of the pants of his own defender, he dubbed it. He just plain dubbed it.
He dubbed it. It rolled right off the end of his foot, almost like it sank a wedge shot, and it rolled right into the on-charging Ohio State would-be defender, and Lucas just reached down, picked it up, and ran it for a first down at the 33. I don't know how legal that was, Tom.
First down and 10 on the 33, and once again, who can predict human performance or the breaks of any game? It is still Carter in a tailback, 1st and 10, Southern California on their own 33. Diggs in motion to the right. Snap of the ball. Hayden sends his fullback up the middle, Dave Farmer. And with 7:59 to go in this first half, Farmer moves the ball up to the 36-yard line. 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7. Once again, strongman Pete Cusick, All-American tackle, Lakewood, Ohio, 250-pounder, made the hit. Southern California leading 3-0.
100,000 fans are here expecting to see a bit of everything, but I don't think they've ever expected in their wildest imagination to see a first down made that way.
Ohio State had the punt return on. There wasn't particularly a big rush in on the kicker, and they probably wish they had it. Southern California, 2nd down and 7 on their own 37. In motion is now Carter to the right. Hayden throwing on the run upfield. It is incomplete. Intended for Obradovich, almost picked off on the tip by Ohio State's Tim Fox. And it comes back as just a long down, 3rd down and 10. Bruce Ely of Ohio State, who played fullback last year in this Rose Bowl and led the Big Ten in scoring, his junior year is back at his senior year playing linebacker, his old position. He was in on that play.
Must be great to have that much football talent wandering around the campus that you can make a man the leading scorer in the conference as fullback one year and a linebacker the next.
He was a fullback in college, or rather in high school. And I understand that Ricky Bell did play some linebacker.
He was an outside linebacker as a freshman last year.
3rd and 7, Southern California. On their own 36, in motion is Carter to the right. Hayden drops the pass. 3 men going deep. He's being pursued. Screen pass up to the 30, and it's Dave Farmer, and on the completed pass, he belted hard on about the 30-yard line. The Buckeyes' defense has held a loss on the play of about 6 yards as Jim Cope lowered the boom on that completed screen pass. Hayden really backpedaled to his 20, let fly, and when Farmer caught the ball, he just was surrounded by too many Buckeyes. So, once again, Jim Lucas, who ran for a first down, and probably will talk about that for a lot in years to come, stands back on his 15. Ohio State has Colsey back on their 27. Southern California leading 3-0. Good rush. They block it. It's on the 18. It's picked up. And the block was by Tim Fox. Tim Fox, number 12 of Canton, Ohio, broke through. He did that against Northwestern a year ago and scored on it. The blitz was on, and he got to Lucas. And the Buckeyes have a break. And the Buckeye band just whoops it up. So, Fox blocked the ball and recovered in there by Doug Plank. Ohio State with a break now. 1st down and 10 and have the ball on Southern Cal 17. 6:38 to go in the first half. Southern Cal leading 3-0. Fashnagle in motion, handoff. Johnson tries the middle. And he is hammered down as he hits the 17. He had Otha Bradley right around him. So the crowd simmers down just a bit. Ohio State's been down here once before to the 2 and wound up the penalty on the 7. Missed the field goal. Southern California leading 3-0. And Ohio State blocking this punt has a golden opportunity. 2nd down and 8 on the Southern Cal 15. Directly in the center of the goalpost. Pete Johnson, the fullback. Cornelius Green calls the signal. Send Baschnagel in motion to the right. It's Archie Griffin, tries the middle, goes for 5-6 yards, goes down to the 9, right up the middle of the Southern Cal defense. Buckeyes are moving the football now. Art Riley, great all-conference player from Phoenix, Illinois, 248-pounder, and Charlie Phillips, the roverback, collaborated to squeeze and bring down Griffin on the play. Griffin's now 8 carries, and that is 39 yards. Ohio State 3rd and 3 on the Southern Cal line. Crowd begins to buzz just a bit here at the Rose Bowl. Johnson in close. It's Griffin up the middle. Stiff resistance. Plunges straight ahead. A fumble on the play. Southern Cal's got it. Danny Reese came up with a fumble, and Ohio State got to the 4, and once again the Buckeyes were able to put it across. Missed field goal, penalty, and now here a fumble. And there's time out in the Rose Bowl with the score, Southern California 3, Ohio State 0.
This is your invitation to a totally new automotive experience. The new small Chrysler. Cordova. Crafted in the Chrysler tradition of engineering excellence. An automobile of beauty and harmony. Cordova is Chrysler convenience and Chrysler notches. Rich textures and rare comforts around you. The soft warmth of glowing lamps. Thickly cushioned contour seating, which may even be ordered in fine Corinthian leather. This is Cordova. We invite you to experience this new Chrysler Cordova. So very luxurious, and yet surprisingly affordable. Cordova. The new small Chrysler.
It's been a weird first half so far, Tom Hamlin. The Trojans dominating the first quarter. Here in the second quarter, Ohio State with 2 very bad breaks go against it. A penalty on the 2-yard line and a fumble here on the 5, and SC still leads 3-0, and the Trojans at their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10.
Anthony Davis is now back in at tailback. Farmer, the fullback, Anthony, is about 2 yards deep in the end zone. He shook off an injury. He gets the pitch up, tries to swing right, comes to the 5, runs, drops the football at the 6. And it's Ohio State's ball. He drops the football. And Ohio State recovers the ball and gets it right back. Swinging right on the play, and Steve Luke was in on it and made the stop, and now Ohio State gets it right back. Well, it's a game of break and inches, and both sides usually wind up getting their own shares, Tom Kelly. We just played enough football, 30 minutes in each half. Talking about the half, 5:19 to go in the 61st Rose Bowl. Southern California leading 3-0, and the Buckeyes, gray helmets are down. Puts it straight to the backfield. Henson's the fullback. Champ Henson carries. He lugs to the 2. Champ Henson from Asheville, Ohio, 6'4", 230-pounder. Led the nation in scoring as a junior. Had a knee operation last year and came right back, and he's playing this year his senior year. Hogan and Bruce for Southern California in on the tackle. Kevin Bruce and Marvin Cobbin on the tackle. Southern California digging in. The ball is on the 2-yard line. Southern Cal leading 3-0. 4:48 to go here in the first half. No score, but Ohio State threatening straight backfield. It's Henson bowls to the goal line. He's in. Henson scores from 2 yards out, and the Buckeyes just mob him. And Ohio State takes the lead 6-3, and 4:42 to go. And here's the Buckeye band. that's the easy type of drive, just 6 yards in 2 plays.
Yes, but it takes a good team to get it in from any place on the field, and so many times you've come up short from being no farther away than 5 yards. Here's the try for the extra point. Claiborne again.
Fashnigle holding. Claiborne kicks it high, and it's true, and this time he splits the uprights. And Ohio State goes out front with a score of 7-3 with 4:42 to go in the game. Nobody expected a defensive game. I wouldn't say it has been a defensive game, Tom Kelly, despite the fact it's 7-3.
No, it has not been a defensive game. Actually, the Trojans dominated the first period. Probably feel they should have come away with at least 1 touchdown in addition to their 3 points on the field goal by Lima Halu, but 3 is all they have. The Buckeyes, I'm sure, feel that they should have at least 1 touchdown on the board, maybe 2. They're at the 2-yard line with inches to go on 4th down. Came away empty. Fumbled again. Driving to the 5-yard line and finally recover 1 and punch it in. So it's been a game of mistakes and errors so far. The Trojans have made 1 big one, while the Buckeyes have not made. Buckeyes lead 7-3, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WMAQ and WJOI-FM, Chicago.
67 WMAQ.
Two Trojans back to receive, each capable of taking it all the way. Anthony Davis, of course, who has 6 career kickoff returns for touchdowns, the longest 100-plus, averaged 42.5 yards every time he ran a kickoff back this year. And the other young man is Dwight Ford, who averaged not quite 22 yards a return every time he returned a kickoff. He's just a freshman and considered to be one of the best. He was Co-City Player of the Year a season ago, his high school year at Bell High here in Los Angeles. All right, kickoff, and Tom Hamlin.
Ohio State kicks off from the hash mark at the far side. Feel they can control it. Let's see if they kick it to Davis. It's a booming punt. It goes deep, and it's Davis bringing it out. 10, 20, over, up to about the 20. He's going to be shy because over the 15, a good hit by Lenny Willis in on the play. And down there is Aaron Brown, and he rockets it out from deep in the end zone to the 17-yard line. Anthony Davis returned no kickoffs against Ohio State as a sophomore. As a junior, he returned 2 for 37 yards last year. And that young man averaging 43 yards a kickoff return, tops in the nation. He just came out a good 17 yards there and add about 8 more from the end zone.
Willis was down there to make the stop on Davis. One speedster after another, Tom.
Davis deep in the eye. Farmer close. 1st and 10 on about the 17. In motion, Shelton Diggs to the wide side of the field. It's Farmer trying the middle. Gets some yardage. He moves over the 20 and gets out to the 22. Time rapidly disappearing in this first half. 4 minutes and 27 seconds, and Ohio State leading 7-3. But explosive Southern California could very easily break out from any place with Anthony Davis. And Ohio State, as you pointed, Tom, so far, a rubber band defense. I know the Buckeye fans want to see it that way. Southern California fans want to see Anthony go. Ricky Bell's now back in the fullback. McKay split to the left, far side. Diggs to this side. In motion now is Anthony Davis, probably a passing formation. Hayden back to pass, looking, throwing to the far sideline. It is complete to McKay. He is up over the 35. He will be a first down, depending on where he was pushed out of bounds in the 37. John McKay pulls another one in, and he had 29 receptions this year for 7 touchdowns. The
number 3 on the all-time SC receiving list, back of Sherman and Swan. Swan's number 1, Sherman number 2, and John McKay 3.
They made their mark well.
Yes,
All-American and pro circles. Once again, Sheldon Diggs wide to the right, McKay to the left. Southern California 1st and 10 on their own 37. Back to passes. Hayden throwing deep, throwing to the goal line. It's intended for McKay. He falls down. No signal. Right there with him all the way was Rick Parsons, and the crowd reacts because the receiver fell down. Apparently the official was ruling there was no contact made. Junior Lee was down. Replacement for John McKay, who caught that last pass and took a good hammering. Lee fell on the play, and Luke down there doing a good job along with Parsons. So it's stops the clock, 3:26 to go here in the first half.
Houston is out of the ball game, Tom. Limping a bit, coming to the sidelines. Seems to be shaken up. Trainers are over checking out, I think his right leg. Nothing that serious, but looking it over.
Southern California trailing 7-3, 3:26 to go in a half, and trying to go the entire distance. Home run hitters are out. Draw play, it's Davis up the middle, gets to the 40, over the 40, and goes to the 42. So, Southern California faking the pass, trying to cross Ohio State up, sending Anthony D up the middle, and Anthony squeezes out just about 5 yards. Third down, and a short 5 for Southern California on their own 42. Davis now, 13 carries, has gone for 69 yards. Coming in, Ricky Bell. He and Dave Farmer alternate at fullback every play. If you're interested in comparisons, Davis 13 carries, 69 yards. Griffin 9 carries, 42. On the scoreboard, Ohio State 7, Southern California 3. As Southern California made a field goal stand up for their first possession almost midway through the first and a half quarter of this game. Alan Carter is now in a tailback for Southern California. McKay wide left. Diggs wide right. In motion now is Carter this side of the field. Hayden the pass throwing over the middle. It is to Bradovich. He's got it on the 30. Cannot break a tackle. Goes down to the Ohio State 27. Bradovich tackled by Steve Luke on the play. So they split the outside. Center Bradovich up the middle. A 32-yarder. First down, and Southern Cal threatening.
Probably the best pair of hands on the Trojan team belonged to Jimbo Bradovich. Couldn't help but notice Anthony Davis hurt coming off the field a moment ago. Jack Ward, Dr. Semmel, the Trojan medical staff have him at the bench. He's surrounded by some of the assistant coaches, and I don't know, it could be his back or a hip pointer. I don't know.
Meanwhile, Southern California is going to try to go ahead. 2:17 to go in a half. A lot of times. Diggs wide to the right. Draw play up the middle. It is Carter. Carter spilled as he crosses the 25 and gets down near the Buckeye 22. So Alan Carter driving straight ahead. Tim Fox in on the carry. Second down and 5, Southern California driving on the Buckeye 27. Now Ohio State making defensive change. Aaron Brown going in. 1:53 to go in the first half. Clock is moving. Ohio State 7, Southern California threatening 3. So on the 22, McKay breaks the huddle, goes wide to the left. Obradovich tight to the right. Shelton Diggs is flanked out to the left. Slot back. Long count by Hayden. Gets off to Carter. Tries the middle, and he's tripped up. No place to go. As he crosses to about the 18-yard line, they'll bring it back to the 20. They say he rolled 2 yards. Gain on the play of 2. Southern California, third down and 3, threatening. Field goal position, definitely. Touchdown position, possibly.
Minute 15 and the clock running, Tom Hamlin, and time is of the essence. The Trojans seem to be nonplussed about it, though. They come to the line of scrimmage to Buckeye 20.
Southern California breaks the huddle. They're third down and 3 on Ohio State's 20-yard line. Diggs wide to the left of McKay. The play goes to the left. Rolling is Hayden. Look, misses the tackle. He is brought down. He is swarmed. It was a run all the way. The receiver's covered. And Hayden was brought down to 22. Bring it down to fourth down and 3. And let's see if John McKay sends in Chris Lima-Halu or goes for the touchdown. The field goal unit comes in, Tom Kelly.
And the clock continues to run. So apparently they're going to settle for 3 if they can get it. Now, apparently they're asking for a timeout, or are they? No. Clock continues to run with 32 seconds. So Lima-Halu will be trying this from the 29. It'll be a 39-yarder if he can do it.
He's got a left to right angle on the far eastern hash marker. Balls to Adolph. There's the kick. It's got some distance. Flags are down. It is no good. Now, let's see. Flags were down on the play with 19 seconds to go in the half. Ohio State leading 7-3. Let's see what they're ruling. Offsides, Ohio State. That will give Southern California a first down.
19 seconds remaining in this first half. Now the Trojans with the option. The kick apparently was not good. At distance. He said good. Kick was good. All right, they've got 3 for sure. But they can take the option and throw away the 3, move the ball 5 yards, be very close to a first down.
Well, they seldom take points off a scoreboard now. None's been put up, 7-3. Let's see what we have. A little confusion on the sidelines. They're going to measure the ball for a marker to see if it is enough for the first down. So that's the decision. Public address system announcement to see if the penalty is enough to give the Trojans a first down from the 22. And for the first down, they would have to go in just inside the 17. And they bring the ball back to the center of the field. They mark off the 5 yards. And it goes down just beyond the 17.
First down is indicated.
Dramatics, 19 seconds to go. Southern Cal, first down and 10. Blows on the Ohio State 16. Hill comes in. Ohio State leading 7-3. Southern California has Carter at tailback. Hill's at fullback. Hayden is at quarterback. McKay and Diggs poised to the left, the short side of the field. Ohio State leading 7-3. There's the pass down. Knocked down by Ohio State's linebacker. Getting his hand on the ball, Kenny Kroon stops the clock, though, with 17 seconds.
Matt Hayden no sooner got rid of that ball than Jim Cope, the 6'2 senior defensive end, outside linebacker, came in and laid all 235 pounds on top of young Mr. Hayden, the Rhodes Scholar, who head for Oxford next fall for 2 years of study in philosophy and logic.
Right now, he wants to hit that Trojan team into the end zone, Tom, and he has 17 seconds to do it. Second down and 10, Ohio State 16. The first half almost over. Carter in motion out to the right. Hayden back to pass. 3 men going to the end zone. Over the middle to Obradovic. He's got it. He's held it down on the 5. Obradovic got the ball. Now it'll stop the clock because it's a first down, and it'll be first and goal.
11 seconds showing on the clock. When they mark it ready for play, one assumes it will start. And SC now is using up a timeout. 11 seconds, and the ball will be on the Buckeye 4 and first and goal. And I tell you, they packed an awful lot of football into this first half here at the Rose Bowl, Tom Hamlin, for having only 10 points on the board so far.
You said it exactly. It's a thrill of moment. Everybody going up and down the field except into the end zone. And as you said, Anthony Davis, don't believe he's injured seriously. He is on the sidelines, and right now, his number 1 substitute, Alan Carter, who's good enough to play for any team, is running out of that tailback spot. But everything is crammed into the final 11 seconds. Can Southern Cal pump this ball down the field? And can they go in? Those Cardinal jerseys back there huddling right now and picking it up.
They've had 2 big pass plays on this drive, Tom. It started back on the Trojan 17. One, of course, was to young John McKay at the sidelines in front of where his father stands, his head coach. And the other was a straight down the middle by Obradovic. The fine catch over the shoulder. And the last man made the tackle on him, or Obradovic would have been in the end zone. And now here Obradovic again with a reception to bring it to the Buckeye 4, where they've marked it ready for play. 11 seconds left in the half. The Trojans trail 7-3.
At Ohio State digs in. Defense Neil Colsey covering McKay, who's split out to the right on the 4-yard line. First and goal. Ohio State leading 7-3. Hayden the pass, throwing a flare pass to Carter. Gets the ball. It's completed, but he's thrown for a loss. He got the ball on the 10, hammered back to the 8, and now Southern California stops the clock with 4 seconds. Van de Cree in on the tackle and helped out for the entire Ohio State defensive secondary, who had the flare pass covered exceptionally well.
So the Trojans apparently are going to settle for 3. They'll bring in Lima Helu at this timeout. And the young Indonesian-born field goal kicker and point after man for the Trojans will be asked to try and get 3 more. He has one that he kicked earlier in the ball game to give the Trojans the points they have so far. Kicked that one in the first period, 30 yards overall, kicked it from the 20. And this one, with the ball marked at the 7, I would imagine he'll be asked to kick it somewhere around 22 yards, 23 yards. They might put it down about the 13.
Fans might be interested in knowing you are not football fans. You always add the 10 yards of the end zone when you total up the distance for a field goal. Rob Adolph will hold. He'll spot the ball. on the 14-yard line. Lee Mahelu will have a right-to-left angle. He's kicking to the south. Ohio State leading 7-3. There's a snap. There's the boot. It's got some height. And it's no good. Far to the right. So both teams have missed close-in chip-shot field goals. And time has run out in the first half. And in the 61st Rose Bowl coming to you from Pasadena, California, Ohio State Buckeyes are on top. And that is the end of the first half here at Pasadena with the score. The Ohio State Buckeyes 7, Southern California Trojans 3.
We're going to take a lot of trips this season. To stores.
To school.
Out to the swimming pool. To the dentist. To the market. We will take our car and park it.
Short trips never give your car a chance to warm up and eliminate engine-damaging deposits. Short trips call for Quaker State Motor Oil. It gives quality protection against these harmful deposits. And now when we need it more than ever, you can find it more places than ever.
Quaker State, your car, to keep it running young.
Be prepared.
Are you ready to get more?
Be prepared.
Are you ready to take the lead?
You know, you can help a lot of boys be prepared by being a leader in scouting. I mean it. Scouting today is a lot more than you think.
Be prepared.
Are you ready to get more?
Be prepared.
Are you ready to take the lead? Cause if you ain't full out, it's our time to be prepared.
So it's halftime here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And the Trojans and the Buckeyes in a 7-3 ball game that has Ohio State on top. And if you were a Trojan, why, they'd have to color your frustration here at the end of the first half of play. The Trojans dominating the first period. In fact, they've had 3 long drives, and they've come out of the 3 long drives with nothing more than the field goal by Chris Lee Mahelu, a 30-yard shot that he put through the uprights and over the bar to put the Trojans in front 3-0. The entire second half, certainly all of second quarter, all of it played by the Ohio State club deep in SC territory. And the Buckeyes, I would imagine, feel a bit frustrated themselves, failing to get in from the 2-yard line when a penalty set them back. Fumbling the ball on the Trojan 5 and having SC recovered, and then SC in turn, in what appeared to be a game of giveaway for a while, fumbling it right back, and the Buckeyes' Champ Henson punching it in 2 tries from the 5-yard line. So that's it. Lee Mahelu missing a field goal from the 14, and at halftime it is 7-3 Ohio State. The commissioner did it. All right. Halftime. Ohio State 7, USC 3. Ohio State band completing their portion of the halftime ceremonies, and the USC Trojan marching band getting ready to come on the field here. Suddenly it's become overcast, and the day that had been bathed in sunshine is now a bit dark and gloomy here. Pasadena, but still a beautiful day. Halftime stats are out, and Tom Hamlin's got them. Tom?
Well, it's Ohio State on top 7-3. Now, Southern California has the statistical edge, but the games are always won on the scoreboard, as both John McKay and Woody Hayes would say. First downs officially, USC 13, Ohio State 4. Yards rushing, USC 130, Ohio State an even 100. Total passing yards, Southern California the big edge, 83-13, and the overall yardage, Ohio State has 113, Southern California 213. As far as the rushing goes, the All-Americans in this game in the backfield, Anthony Davis has 67 net yards and 13 carries. Archie Griffin of Ohio State 49 and 9 carries. So the duel is being throttled just a bit by both teams, as you call it, Tom, rubber band defense.
All right, now you know, as the second half gets underway, the Trojans will receive. They'll be marching left to right across your radio dial. The sun has disappeared from Southern California skies this afternoon at about 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, 3:40. And as a result, I'm sure the temperature has dropped, Tom, about 10 degrees. It's probably 45 to 50 out there right now, down at the bottom of the Rose Bowl as we look down at the field and see we've got Alan Carter dropping back now as one of the receivers for the Trojans, along with Dwight Ford. So Anthony Davis, who had to leave in the closing 2 minutes of the first half, shaken up, is not out there in his accustomed spot. Skladany will kick off for Ohio State. Ball teed up at the 40 in the second half, with the Buckeyes leading 7-3, about to get underway, and it's a big boot. High, end over end, deep, in the end zone. Coming out of the end zone with it is Carter. He's at the 15, the 17, and Skladany makes the stop, dropping him at the 17-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 SC at that point.
I see that Anthony Davis is on the sideline, does have his helmet on. He was watching the kickoff, and apparently he can play and is ready to play, Tom Kelly.
All right, Pat Hayden looks over the Trojan Ball Club as coming in now. Hayden checks in to put the team in the huddle, and Carter remains in. Davis is not in there. The backfield will have Farmer and Carter. McKay is split wide left to the short side of the field, and Diggs is wide right to the open side. Hayden looks over the Ohio State 5-man defensive front. Takes the snap, hands off to Farmer, pulling over the right side, over the 20, and up to about the 22. Up with the football for the Buckeyes. Number 88, Van DeCree, was holding the ball, raising it high in the air, but he took it out of the hands of Farmer, and the officials had determined that Farmer already had been stopped. Forward progress marked at the 22 when the ball was thefted away. Bell is coming in. Anthony Davis has a sternum injury, according to a report that we have from Jim Perry, the SID for USC. It's going to be second down at the 22 and 5 yards to go. Bell is in, replacing Farmer. Carter remains in. Hayden, the quarterback, has both Diggs and McKay wide left. He's back to pass. Good protection. Firing down the left side. It is almost intercepted by Colsey. Both Diggs and McKay were running what appeared to be the same type of pattern, and a lot of white-shirted Buckeyes in the area of midfield, the 50-yard line, and Colsey, leaping high in the air, was the only man who really had a shot at the ball.
You know, I can't imagine, though, that Coach John McKay will break his game plan and pass 39 times as he did last year unless he falls further behind, because this Alan Carter, as you well know, had 505 yards playing in relief of Anthony Davis.
Carter's been bugged by nagging injuries his 3 years at SC. Here's Dwight Sutton Ford now, the young freshman who was Co-City Player of the Year in Los Angeles last year in high school. A freshman in at the tailback spot behind Farmer. 3rd and 5, Trojans on their own 22. Hayden, hands off. With the ball outside his board at the 25, but he is hit and thrown down at the 26. Overwrapping him up was Jim Cope with help from Steve Luke, Massillon, Ohio product, who came up from his cornerback spot. He's a senior, been there before. At the 25, going to be a gain, call it the 26, gain of 4, 4th and 1. So Dwight Ford really got a baptism into the big time as he stepped out here in front of 100,000 people in the Rose Bowl game, picking up 4. But it'll be 4th and 1 for the Trojans at the SC 26. Lucas is back to kick. Colsey's waiting. Lucas gets it away this time. It is a low kick, bouncing at the 45, over midfield and out of bounds near the Ohio State 45. And Lucas has not kicked well in this football game, Tom Hamlin, and looks indeed like he's a man with a broken foot. He had one block, one that just fell off the front end of his foot that he picked up and ran for a first down. And this one is a 28-yard kick and no return, and the Buckeyes in excellent shape on their own 45.
He had a good rush on him. Bob Brzezinski came in from tight end. He might be hearing footsteps because he had that one blocked and one partially blocked.
All right, Cornelius Green is the quarterback now for the Ohio State Ball Club. Fakes the handoff to Henson, rolling out to his left, fires a pass over the middle. It is complete. Hit and dropped at the Trojan 42. Pass complete to Doug France, the tight end, Dayton, Ohio product. Big enough to catch anything. 6'6", 260 senior. Top made the stop. So Ohio State comes out throwing. It'll be first and 10 for the Buckeyes on the Trojan 42-yard line. That is the third time that Green has thrown, and the third time he's completed it. Hands off, straight ahead. Archie Griffin gets a yard, maybe 2 to the 40. Buried under a host of Cardinal jerseys, led by Mitchell and Jeter. And at the bottom of the pile, Otha Bradley. Just shy of the Trojan 40. We'll call it a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 at the 41. Griffins carried 10 times, 46 yards. Ohio State leading 7-3. 12:42 remaining in the third period. The Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Jammed house, of course, wherever you are. In case you've just joined us, Happy New Year to you and yours. Griffin takes, rolling out his green at the 45. They run 40, 35 toward the sidelines, and Bradley throws him out of bounds at the Trojan 32. Good enough for a first down. Richard Wood and Bradley were there to make the stop, but it's at the Trojan 32-yard line, 1st and 10, Ohio State.
Tom Kelly, this is exactly what John McKay of Southern California doesn't want. He doesn't want Green to run that option. He wants him to stop and be stopped before he hits it. He had 790 yards and set an Ohio State total offensive record, and Ohio State is most devastating when he's running the option successfully.
He's got 26 yards, Tom Hamlin, and 4 carries and 3 for 3 passing. Hand off to Griffin. Finds a hole and darts to the 25. Stumbles and falls there as Yanni Rees comes up to ensure the stop. They're going to mark it at the 26. It'll be a pickup of 5. Richard Wood was there also. 2nd and 5, Ohio State on the Trojan 26. They say that Green is a better runner than thrower, yet he's 3 for 3 in the passing department. Would appear that Cornelius Green is a pretty good athlete, period. Buckeyes at the Trojan 26. Green rolling left, stops, sets up, fires over the middle. Beautiful reception. Caught at the 12-yard line. France wrestled down at that point. And oh, is he tough to bring down.
He is 6'6", 260. He played offensive tackle both his sophomore and junior year, and the pros are really looking at him, and he was all Big Ten.
A senior from Dayton, Ohio, and just big enough to tilt the room when he walks into it. That's the second completion to France. First down at the 11-yard line. And the Buckeyes, who lead 7-3, are bidding to put some more on the board here early in the third period. Richard Wood and Kevin Bruce made the stop. France is out, and Bartasek comes in. Willis is in at the flanker back spot. Green the quarterback. 1st and 10 at the Trojan 12. Basnagel in motion to the right. Green takes the snap. Hands off to his fullback. Booming inside the 10 and down to the 7. Harold Champ Henson carries to the 7, and it's going to be 2nd down from that point and 5 to go. At the 7, Henson's the lad that had the first touchdown, or the only one scored so far in the football game, a 2-yard plunge. Riley was in principally to make the stop. Solano helping out. He's a young freshman linebacker replacing Dale Mitchell at the corner spot. 2nd and 5 for Ohio State at the Trojan 7. Goes 7 yards away from the end zone. Hand off to Griffin. Dances his way to the 6 and then is wrapped up. Drops the ball. The Trojans fall out. Hold everything. SC is recovered. SC is recovered and will take the football. Art Riley has it for the Trojans at the SC 7-yard line. So Griffin drops it for the second time.
And it looked like Ohio State was heading for the touchdown territory once again, but the Southern Cal line is extremely tight, as you can see. They're tough. And now they stopped the drive at a critical moment because it looked like Ohio State had come out throwing and with the option play had taken command of this ball game, but they haven't. They still lead 7-3, 10:52 to go in the third quarter. Here's Southern Cal, 1st and 10 on their 7.
Quarterback spot. He's got Farmer at the fullback spot and Carter the tailback.
just dives to the 9. As the middle of the Ohio State line on defense, led by big number 75, Nick Bonamici, was there to make the stop. They marked it at the 9, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. Ball is on the SC 9-yard line. Am I correct? Is that the 4th Ohio State fumble this afternoon? Is that correct? The 2nd by Griffin and the 2nd SC recovery. Ricky Bell is in at the fullback spot for the Trojans now. Hayden, the quarterback, from his own 9. Hands off to Carter. Carter gets to the 10 and maybe to the 11, along with Jim Cope, Cusick, Jones, Bonamici up there to make the stop. At the 10, no more than that. Gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 7 at the Trojan 10, and yardage is hard to come by for the Trojans in this 3rd period, as it was for most of the 2nd period. Ohio State leading 7-3, and the Trojans deep in the shadow of their own goal line. Just over the 10-yard line, going to be 3rd down and a long 6. Hayden looks over the Ohio State defense, has Carter in motion to the open side, rolling back. He's in the end zone to throw. Fires a sideline effort, complete. John McKay is out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Ball was stolen away by Luke, but the official says McKay was hit and stopped out of bounds at that point. 15-yarder. You know, I'm not trying to get involved in anything talking about officials now, but we've seen a lot of late calls, a lot of strays, and the ball dropping and lying there for a long time. It's been a weird afternoon at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, that was a pressure call and a pressure catch down and out, which if it's missed, it goes out of bounds. But little John McKay just caught the ball with all that big Ohio State Buckeye beef around him.
Ryan Ford is in along with Ricky Bell at the Trojan 25, 1st and 10. SC took over at their own 7, and they're trying to generate some offense here in the 3rd period. Shelton Diggs in motion to the right side. Hayden hands off. Ford hits to the line, and he is driven back. As in there strong was Bonamici, along with Ed Beeman.
Eddie's a freshman from Cincinnati, 235, but you know, after 11 games for Southern Cal or Ohio State, the freshmen are no longer freshmen, Tom Kelly.
Indeed, they are not. At the 24, a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. And the Ohio State line that looked as porous as a sieve in the 1st period certainly has toughened up in the middle, and there's no room for anybody to make any yardage there, at least in this series so far. Another big play now for the Trojans. 2nd and 11, the ball on the SC 24. Ford in motion, and Hayden rolling out to his right, sets up, fires a pass, intercepted by Colsey at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15. He's hit by Hayden and dropped to the 9-yard line. Neil Colsey has had 8 interceptions this year for Neil. Flag down, hold everything.
Well, they say that was
down, and I'll tell you what it's going to be. Colsey spiked the football, and that's going to cost the Buckeyes some precious yardage.
He threw it down. It bounced about 15 yards in the air, but that's his 2nd interception of the game. And, you know, he ran in several punts for touchdowns last year and intercepted passes. He's had none this year. He's really been a marked man, but the ball was just thrown to him almost as though Hayden had thrown it to him. A little underthrown.
Threw it right into his hands. Unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be the call. And the ball comes back to the Trojan 24-yard line, which is not all that bad field position. And for the Buckeyes, it'll be 1st down and 10, ideal field position on the SC 24.
I just was watching Coach Woody Hayes on the sideline, and I imagine he or one of his assistants will have a few choice words to say.
There's timeout on the... Thought for a moment there was going to be a timeout call, but not. All right, from the 24, Green pitching back to Griffin. At the 25, gets to the 23, and is hit and dropped. Is coming up quickly, Mario Solano, to make the stop along with Art Riley. Ball to the 22-yard line for a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 at the 22. Buckeyes with the ball deep in USC territory. 7-3, Ohio State leads, 3rd period, 7:56 remaining. Green, the quarterback.
with Griffin and Henson. Fashnagle in motion to the right. Green rolling back, sets up, going to throw. Now is protected, breaks down, he's going to run. He is tripped up but gets away. Fires one downfield, batted in the air, intercepted. Picked off by the Trojans at the 24-yard line. Intercepting it, Danny Reese.
Well, Tom Kelly, that's one of those cases where the quarterback should eat the ball. He didn't want to take the yardage. He threw it off. Reese just made a great leaping catch. Trojans stopped the drive second time this quarter, and they're in possession. First down and 10 on their 24, and with 7:37 to go, we're here in the third quarter. Both teams very, very much alive.
That is the first time that Green's been intercepted. He's 4 of 5 with 1 interception, and he has 39 yards. Timeout here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Ohio State 7, USC 3.
Here's another tip you may want to try, brought to you by Exxon.
Turning on the air conditioner in your car during the winter might seem a little odd, but it could save you some money. You see, running your air conditioner lubricates the seals, helps keep them from drying out and leaking. So if you run your air conditioner a couple of minutes every few weeks this winter, you may save a repair job next summer. Why not run it a few minutes now?
Your Exxon retailer can give you some other good tips on how to avoid needless trouble and expense. All it takes is a little preventive maintenance. For instance, if your car's getting hard to start, a fresh battery or new plugs and points might keep you from being stranded somewhere, might save you a towing job. Or if your brakes aren't working right or make a strange noise, a stitch in time could save you even more. When something about your car is acting a little strangely, drive in and ask your Exxon retailer about it. He's there to help you, under the Exxon sign.
Third period, we've got 7:37 remaining in this stanza. The Trojans, after the interception by Reese, have the ball on the SC 24. It'll be 1st and 10. Anthony Davis is up standing on the far sidelines with O.J. Simpson. With him also was Dwight Ford. Trojans with the 1st and 10 at their own 24. Hayden, the quarterback, has Farmer along with Carter, sends Carter in motion. Wide to the right, and Hayden's back to pass. Good protection, sets, fires downfield, and is caught by John McKay. Beautiful reception out of bounds at the Trojan 42. Both feet in, dragging him across the sideline, practically falling in his father's lap as he went out of bounds in front of the SC bench.
He had a great game last year with 6 receptions in this contest. You know, how do you feel about having your son play for you at a major university like Southern Cal? John McKay said, you've got to prove to the boys you're good enough to make the team, and his own son, John McKay, just proved that. And he's been the bell cow along with Abranovich this afternoon on receptions.
His third catch of the day, 48 yards overall, 1st and 10 at the Trojan 42. A little better field position, room to maneuver with. Hayden back to throw again, trailing 7-3 over the middle. That's complete. Fired a bullet down to the Buckeye 39-yard line. And that was to John McKay. And Hayden fired that in the middle of a host of would-be interceptors, 19 yards. Rick Parsons was there but couldn't. Stepped it away, made the stop. From here, Tom Hamlin, it looked as though there were nothing but white-shirted Buckeyes standing there waiting for that ball.
Well, the last 2 formations, Pat Hayden's been sending out both ends as well as his flanker back and a back out of the backfield. He's had 4 receivers going out.
At the Ohio State 39, Junior Lee replaces McKay at the split end spot. 1st and 10 Trojans, 7-3 Buckeyes lead. Hayden hands off on the inside delay to Farmer, and he steps his way inside the 35 and down to the Buckeye 33-yard line. Knee down at the 34, say the officials. Stop was made by Bonamici in there. And Midland at the Ohio State 34. 5 carries for Farmer. He's picked up a total of 23 yards. 2nd and 5, SC. The ball is at the Ohio State 34. Ricky Bell is in at the fullback spot now. Carter is in at the tailback spot. Diggs in the slot left. Junior Lee split wide left toward the short side of the field. Long count by Hayden. Hands off to Carter. Squirms his way to the 30, down to the 29. Close to, but I think he's a bit shy of a first down. But it'll be just inches if he hasn't made it. This drive by the Trojans started on their own 24 after an interception by Danny Reese.
You know, sometimes you wonder if John McKay and Pat Hayden did not have to go a little more versatile, because a man like Anthony Davis had carried the ball 288 times in the regular season, and now you're having practically everybody carry it and everybody being thrown to.
Carter, 6 carries, 18 yards. Junior Lee, wide left toward the short side of the field. It's third down for the Trojans, and about half a yard to go for a first down at the Buckeye 29. Hayden has got Farmer and Carter. Hayden keeps it for the sneak. Don't know how much he got. He needed about a yard. He was fallen upon by Arnie Jones, the nose guard, defender for the Buckeyes. McCaffrey tried to lead the way and wedge him out. The officials are unpotting him ever so slowly, and they're going to take some time to mark it carefully, and then probably the chain gang to come in. Had to get just inside the 29. Could be that he's done that. The chain gang is coming out to satisfy everybody. 7-3, Buckeyes lead with 5:37 to go in the third period. Great football game. One that's been so well played between these two teams that they've been forcing each other into mistakes. But only one has proved costly so far, and that was a fumble by Davis that was recovered by the Buckeyes, and they put it in the end zone for 7 points. First down, Trojans. Ohio State caught at the 29. Drive started on the Trojan 24. Hayden, the quarterback, has Farmer and Carter. Takes the snap, rolls left to the short side, may run, gets some blocking at the 30, 25, down inside to the 24. Filed on over there. Van de Cree was there to help make the stop. Bonamici was there, and Beeman. Beeman is 6'2", 245, a freshman from Cincinnati.
Once again,
some of the world's biggest people on this Ohio State team, Tom Hamlin.
Well, you know, I think that's true for football, whether it be Ohio State or Southern Cal. It's just a game of big people, but there's small men that can play, too. You take Dick Mack, Ohio State starting guard, only weighs about 210 pounds, brother of Tom Mack of your Los Angeles Rams, whose father, by the way, was Ray Mack, who was one of the great doubleheader and double play combinations with the Cleveland Browns. You remember the Mack-Boudreau combination?
The boy manager, Lou Boudreau from Blue Island, Illinois.
That's his father.
One of the fine people, no question about it. 4:45 remaining, timeout on the field, and the score in the third period, Ohio State 7, USC 3.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Doris. Doris, what's all that noise?
Oh, Charlie, I'm calling from the Midas shop. Now, hold on a second. I'm going to put on the Midas band here.
Hello, sir. Your wife here insists that I read you our new Midas guarantee. Sir? Hello, sir?
I'm listening.
Oh, well, sir, a Midas guarantee is good on any Midas muffler we install. It's good on any American car for as long as you own it.
Tell him about the free part.
Well, yeah, right. And if anything goes wrong, we'll put in a new muffler free of charge.
Did you hear that, Charlie? Free of charge. Listen, that even includes the installation.
Yeah, but honey, there's nothing wrong with our muffler.
Well, did it come with a guarantee like Midas's?
No, but...
Well, then, there's something wrong with it.
With our new Midas guarantee, you'll never have to buy another muffler for your car. At Midas, with specialists, we have to do a better job.
All right, ball is marked ready for play at the Ohio State 24-yard line. Trojans with a second down and 5. They trail 7-3. Second and 5, SC. Hayden, the quarterback, gives the ball to Ricky Bell, the fullback, and he is tripped up as he gets to the 21. Somebody reached in and just did get an ankle and sent Bell off his pins and sprawling at the Ohio State 21. Bell looked as though there was a wide hole there, but Bonamici managed to get just enough to bring him down. At the 21, it's going to be 3rd and 2, SC. Davis is 13 carries for 67 yards. Griffin, 13 carries, 54 yards. But Davis is not in, has not played since late in the second period. Big play for the Trojans. Third, call it a long 2, maybe 3. Hayden steps back, fires a pass. It is incomplete. Intended for John McKay on the right sidelines. Covered over there by Neil Colsey. Incomplete, and now with the 3rd down and 3, and you miss on the pass. 4th down and 3, and Chris Lima-Halu's coming in from the Buckeye 21. The Trojans will try for another field goal. Lima Halu is 1 for 2 so far, making one from the 20, missing from the 14. Now he'll be trying from the 28. From the 28, 38 yards overall. The snap, the kick. It's got the distance. I think it's got everything. No, wide to the left again. And Lima Halu continues to miss. Hold everything. A flag may have been dropped. Personal foul against the Trojans.
Very interesting, Tom Kelly, for Southern California. They have, as you well know, scored most of their points in the third quarter this past season with 110, and I guess 35 of those came against that great Notre Dame team, which you just blew them out in that third period.
Indeed, and they had a tremendously well-played third period against Stanford in a very important game at that time and station of the Pac-8 conference race. The penalty on sportsmanlike conduct refused. Timeout on the field. And the score is Ohio State 7, USC 3.
Here's another little tip you may want to try. Brought to you by Exxon.
This is a simple idea for making emergency stops beside the highway a lot safer. Just use reflective tape to make a large X across the inside of your hood and trunk lid. When they're open, your safety warning can be seen a long way at night by oncoming cars from both directions.
Incidentally, while you're thinking about safety, take a close look at your tires. Or better yet, ask your Exxon retailer to do it for you. If the tread's getting thin, or you've got a tire with a dangerous cut, he has good values on new ones. He sees a lot of tires, so he can help you choose what's needed for your car and your kind of driving. And right now, he's featuring the Exxon steel-belted Radial 78, the Tiger's toughest tire. So don't wait till your tires let you down. Drive in and ask your Exxon retailer to check your tires. He's there to help you. Under the Exxon sign.
So Ohio State takes over 1st and 10 on the Buckeye 20-yard line. Another drive by the Trojans, their fourth, comes up empty. The Buckeyes leading 7-3. Green takes it, hands off to Champ Henson, and he's straight ahead to the 22-yard line. They're wrapped up by Art Riley and Otha Bradley and Mario Salado. And Kevin Bruce at the bottom of the pile. Any one of a host of Cardinal jersey Trojans there to make the stop. Put it at the 22, 2nd and 8. Henson has scored the only touchdown of the day, and he's carried 4 times for 12 yards. Again, the Buckeyes to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 8. 7-3, Ohio State leading. We're in the closing minutes of the third period. Green hands off and gives to Bashnagle on the reverse. He's at the 20. The Trojan defense is waiting for him at the 24, and he's spun down there, which gives us time to pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WMAQ and WJOI-FM, Chicago.
Bashnagle got 2 on that, and it's 3rd and 6, Buckeyes at their own 24-yard line. Green rolling to his right, may throw. At the 18-yard line, sets, looks, now giving back, coming back to this side. Now he's going to run. At the 20, comes back inside and is dropped at the 28. Stopping him was Otha Bradley along with Salado, and Riley, and the Trojans had great pursuit as Green, who is a sleight of hand and foot artist, I might add, Tom Hamlin, had him back and forth across the field.
Now, the defense was great. That's well at the night because David Hazel for Ohio State was just about down on the Southern Cal 35, wide open, holding his hand up, wanted the ball, and there was so much hot pursuit on this Green, he just couldn't get it off.
All right. Spadani is back to kick now. He's kicked twice, averaged nearly 50 yards a punt. Gets the snap. Not much of a rush. Gets it away. A high hanger. Coming to the 30-yard line to the 28, fair catch, signaled and taken there by Marvin Cobb. And the Trojans will start on their own 28. Another 45-yard punt by Spadini. No return. SC, trailing 7-3, will start 1st and 10 on the Trojan 28-yard line.
During the regular season, Tom Kelly, Tom Spadini kicked the ball 28 times, had a total return yardage of just a total of 18 yards. He hangs the ball about 4 to 4.5 seconds.
Brilliant, and one never realizes just how important the kicking game is until, of course, you see somebody like Spadini handle that football with the ease and efficiency he does. Hayden pitching back to Carter, coming to the short side at the 30. Head down to the 35. Oh, a bullish run by Carter over the 40 at Woody Hayes' bench. Woody, a man who admires courage and bulldoggedness, adding Van de Cree, his own defensive end on the back of the lap, must have looked with some admiration at Alan Carter, because Carter literally made 6 of those yards all by himself.
He just tight-walked the sideline, did a brilliant job of staying in.
At the 40, a pickup for a first down, 12 yards. Ricky Bell in now. Carter remains in. Anthony Davis has not been in. Carter's carried 7 times, 30 yards. 1st and 10 Trojans just nosed over their own 40. Hayden's got McKay and Diggs to the left. The give to Carter. Carter slants inside the 45, 47-yard line. Closer to the 46, I guess, when they unpile him, and Van de Cree was there to make the stop. Senior defensive outside linebacker from Warren, Ohio, and Tim Fox, safety man for the Buckeyes. Now Bell goes out, and Farmer comes back in for the Trojans, who once again, Tom Hamlin, look like they're going to put a drive together. Everything they've tried so far has picked up a lot of yardage, but only 3 points. Minute 34 remaining in the third period. Buckeyes 7, Trojans 3. Second down. Of 4.5. Straight ahead. Farmer's got the first down at the 45, the 40. Outside at the 35, the 30. Gets the block at the 20. He's inside and down at the 18. Dave Farmer finally brought down by Van de Cree, who caught him from behind. 36 yards to the Buckeye 19. Great young run by Farmer. A junior whose brother, Tom Hamlin, was a wide receiver, pass receiver for UCLA and with the Chicago Bears. George Farmer. At the 19, 1st and 10. The Buckeye 19. Bell is in now and Farmer is out. Trojans with another drive, another chance. Pitch comes to Carter at the 20, back inside at the 15. Picked up a 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. We're into the closing minute of play here in this, the third period. Farmer's got 59 yards on 6 carries. They mark it at the Ohio State 15. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tom, I'll tell you, Pat Hayden doing a beautiful job of calling this game, striking left, then right, then up the middle, sending out 3 and 4 pass receivers. He's really testing this Buckeye defense, and I think a lesser defense would have had points scored against them more than just 7-3, which the Buckeyes lead by now.
Indeed, the Trojans have been just frustrated in this ball game from start to finish. Carter at the 15, dives to the 10, shy of the first down. Carter taking a step left and then cutting back downfield, finally brought down by Ed Beeman. 10 carries for Carter, 45 yards. Mosi Tutupu was in there for a moment, the young fullback from Honolulu, and now he's replaced by Ricky Bell. We've come to the end of the third period of play here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And the score, Ohio State 7, USC 3.
Hi, this is Joe Garagiola. If you've been out car shopping, you know how tough it is to be sure you're getting the right car for your needs and budget. Sure, maybe you've seen small cars that are too small or big cars that are too big. Well, that's where the Dodge Coronet 2-door hardtop comes in. It's right between too little and too big. And for the clincher, there's our great new Owner Care program with its 12-month unlimited mileage car warranty. For the first 12 months of use, any Chrysler Motors Corporation dealer will fix without charge for parts or labor
any part of our 1975 passenger cars we supply, except tires, which proves defective in normal use, regardless of mileage. That's it. All you have to do is take care of normal maintenance service, such as changing filters and wiper blades. See it, the Dodge Coronet two-door hardtop. See it this week at your Dodge dealer's showroom.
And so we start the fourth and final quarter here at the Rose Bowl. Tom Kelly and Tom Hamlin, hoping each and every one of you will have a happy 1975. The frustrated Trojans of USC with still another drive. The ball at the Ohio State 10. Third down and a yard to go. And the Trojans find themselves trailing 7-3. Ricky Bell is in at the fullback spot now. This drive started on the Trojan 28. Third and 1. Hayden gets the snap, gives it to Carter. He's got the first down as he gets to the 9, but not much more. Two of the officials unclouded. I may have been a bit premature, so much so in fact that they're going to bring the chain gang in.
Tom, it's just a matter of referee's judgment. Whenever a man hits the line of scrimmage, inside or out, that ball usually is adjusted back to where he feels the first hit was made on the ground with the knee.
It's going to be awfully close as they bring the chain out and stretch it, and I don't think they got it. Any part of the ball, and it is, well, he raised his hand and put it down. Hayden has looked at first down. First and goal, SC at the 9. The Trojans, to give you an idea of why they should be colored frustrated, have amassed 331 yards in this football game to 174 for Ohio State.
I can tell you Ohio State...
The scoreboard is the stat that pays off, John.
Tell you, Tom Kelly, Ohio State's defense has been on this field an awful lot this afternoon in this 61st Rose Bowl game.
Well, it's first and goal, Trojans at the Buckeye 9. Drive started at the SC 28. Hayden the quarterback. Davis has not played. Pitch to Carter. On the sweep at the 10. Outside at the 7 and knocked out of bounds by that Ohio State defense that is so tough. Parsons was over there along with Tim Fox. And they rode Alvin Carter, the 200-pound back, out of bounds at no better than, the 9-yard line, maybe the 8. That would be charitable. Let's call it the 9. Call it second and goal at the 9-yard line. 7-3, Buckeyes lead. And the Trojans send Ricky Bell in now at the fullback spot as Bonner goes out.
I think they'll keep on trying to run it, Tom Kelly, because they've come down the field from the 28 by running this football right at the Ohio State defense.
All right. Second and goal, Trojans on the Buckeye 9. SC with Hayden, the quarterback, trading 7-3. Hayden's back to throw. Big rush. Fires it in the end zone. And it's caught by O'Brien.
Tom Kelly, and yet Obradovic just had his fourth reception of the afternoon. It paid off on the scoreboard. USC has 9, Ohio State 7.
When Colsey was right there, had it been off target an inch, Colsey would have had it and might have been gone down the other way for the TD. The extra point by Lima Halu is good. 84 yards officially. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. Timeout with the score. USC 10, Ohio State University 7.
Here's another little tip you may want to try, brought to you by Exxon.
Try this easy way to take moisture off your car windows if they're getting fogged up after sitting out all night. Keep a spare windshield wiper blade handy. Then you can squeegee the windows dry before you leave in the morning. It works a lot better than wiping them with the palm of your hand or a rag.
Use a spare windshield wiper for a squeegee. That's good to remember when you're changing wiper blades. And if your car's windshield wipers aren't cleaning as well as they used to, ask your Exxon retailer to replace the blades. He can do the job in just a few minutes, and you can save one of the blades he takes off to use as a squeegee. Your Exxon retailer hopes this tip will come in handy. And whether you need help to get your wipers working safely again, or want to know why your car's making an odd noise or acting a little strangely, drive in and ask him. He's there to help you. Under the Exxon sign.
All right, the Trojans to kick off to Ohio State. Still a lot of time remaining in this game. 13:45. Lima Halo will kick off. Archie Griffin, the Heisman Trophy winner, at the 10-yard line, far side of the field. Willis dead in the middle, standing at the 5, and Bashnagel to this far side of the field, the western side here at the Rose Bowl. High end over end, not all that deep a kick to Bashnagel at the 6, the 10, 15, 20 is hit, went off his feet, hit by Ricky Odom. He was down quickly to make the stop at about the 18, maybe the 17, really upended Bashnagel and turned him helmet for shoe tops.
Well, Tom Kelly, this is exactly where Ohio State finds out if they've got it or not. They're trailing 10-7, 13:41 to play. They looked authoritative at the start of the third quarter. Southern California came out, refused to be denied, despite the fact that Anthony Davis is on the sidelines, and they've taken command with the offense.
Two very long drives by the Trojans, one of them finally paying off in the opening minutes of the fourth period. All right, Green hands off. Nope keeps it himself, and his hitting dropped as he gets to about the 19-yard line. Over to make the stop was Otha Bradley. I don't know. I hesitate to call that a busted play, though I thought the big fullback, Johnson, was certainly going to be carrying it up the middle. It looked as though he might have gone by Green before Green could give it to him, and Green was certainly surrounded by a host of Cardinal jerseys. At any rate, a gain of 1. Call it 2nd and 9 at the 19. Buckeyes with the ball deep in their own territory. SC leads for only the second time in the game, 10-7. Bashnagel in motion, Green rolling as if the pass, looks back, fires a long one downfield. It is incomplete. Pass was intended for the speedster Willis. Back on defense was Cobb. Young Ronnie Bush has come on to play the cornerback spot, and Cobb has gone to play safety for the Trojans in the last 4 games of the season. Willis with great speed. Now Ezos come in to replace Dave Hazel at the split end spot.
Hazel is 5'7", and was a sprinter on the indoor track team for Ohio State.
3rd and 9. Big third down play for the Buckeyes at their own 19. Back to pass is Green. Back to the 5. He is hit, gets away, comes to the 10, 15, at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh, he turns disaster into a great game. As Green from the 5, Stanford away from the Trojans and carried out to the Buckeye 43. Cobb finally ran him down. 1st and 10 Ohio State. Oh, what a great athlete he is.
24-yard play when Ohio State needed, because the defense had covered all the receivers downfield. A couple of narrow grabs and pulled Green down, and he certainly did pull disaster out, because instead of being 4th down, they're 1st and 10 in their own 43, but still Southern Cal leads 10-7, 12:48 to play in the final quarter.
Lewis and Stewart have come in defensively for the Trojans. Green rolling to his left now, sets up, going to throw, comes out of the pocket, lobs one complete to Griffin at the 45, 50, 45, at the 40. He's hit and ridden down at the Trojans 35. And again, Corny Green managed to turn, but looked like a loss into a brilliant gainer as the ball is down to the Trojan 36, and tempers are beginning to flare a bit on the floor of the Rose Bowl here at Pasadena.
Second reception for Archie Griffin this afternoon. He was wide open. I don't think the defense tends to watch him as a pass receiver. He did catch 3 during the season, none for touchdowns, but he showed his running ability after he had caught that one.
So a crucial 3rd down and 2 broken plays later. The Buckeyes have it on the Trojan 36 to give to Griffin straight up the middle. Fights his way to the 30 and down to the Trojan 28. Fine pickup by Archie Griffin, a gain of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 at the Trojan 28 as Eddie Powell made the stop along with Danny Reese. Doug Francis coming in now at a tight end spot.
Doug is primarily a blocker, although he has caught 2 passes this afternoon. He's big.
Griffin's picked up 61 yards on 14 carries. The handoff to Johnson, the fullback, and the big fella fights his way inside the 25 for a first down at the Trojan 23-yard line. And now the SC defense, which appears to be in command in the third period, is now going to be put to the test as the Buckeyes have moved to the Trojan 23, first and 10. Drive started back on the Ohio State 18, and with third and 9 at the 19, looked very much like it was stalled. Raines is in, replacing Oka Bradley. First down, Green, the quarterback, turns, fires one over the middle, incomplete. Trying to hit his tight end, France, and a flag goes down. Flag goes down at the 18-yard line. Apparently it's going to be interference against the Trojans. Pass interference against the Trojans at the 18-yard line. They get the 17.
That's first down at the spot, Tom.
Surely is. France, the tight end, the intended receiver.
And it was overthrown to a bad break for the Trojans, probably trying to contain him on such a close play, and you cannot make a hit to the receiver after the ball's in the air. And we have 11:26 to play in the final quarter. The Trojans of USC on top, 10-7. Ohio State threatening. First down on the 17. Here's Tom Kelly.
And Willis is wide left. Bastnagel in the slot on the left. Henson and Griffin back to Green. The give to Griffin at the 20, at the 15. These two about the 13-yard line, then rolled back as Raines and Reese. Principally to make the stop. Riley was there. Jeter is going to mark his progress at the 13-yard line. Griffin picks up 4, second and 6. 11 minutes remain in this 61st Rose Bowl. Hazel has come into the ball game. He is flanked wide left. Bastnagel in the slot on the left. Second down, along 6. Green hands off, don't keeps it himself, rolls back to the 15. He is hit from behind and dropped as he gets to the 9. And again, the elusive Corny Green, Washington, D.C. product, just keeps slipping away. Finally, Gary Cheater brought him down. 3 times now in this drive, which started back on the Buckeye 18, the Trojans have felt, I'm sure, that they had Mr. Green trapped. Not so. He's down to the 9, a pickup of 4. It is 3rd and 2. Ball is at the Trojan 9. Bradley is into the ball game. Raines is out at nose guard for the Trojans. Full house backfield now for the Buckeyes. The give to the fullback, and Johnson hits to the 5 for the first and goal, Ohio State. Stop was made by Kevin Bruce. It'll be first and goal Buckeyes at the Trojan 5-yard line.
Larry Keane has just gone in and tied in with Doug France, and I think you'll see Ohio State running the ball for the rest of the 5 yards if they can. They're first and goal. And Pete Johnson, the fullback, last year as a freshman, scored 3 times in this game.
10 minutes remain in the football game. 10-7. Trojans lead, but the Buckeyes bid to do that away. Johnson is hit as he gets to the 5 and gets to the 3 and finally stopped. Really not much deception in this attack now. Tom Hamlin just give it to the big guy who tips the scales at way over 200 pounds. Set the line out in front of him and set sail for the goal line. He's 3 yards away, second and goal.
Yes, he's 6'1", about 250 pounds, and they're going to follow the blocking now of Kurt Schumacher, Scott Dinelli, if they can, against the line into the end zone.
Trojans are bunched in there in the goal line defense now. Green takes the snap. Oh, nearly got hit back to the line of scrimmage, but snap was into the end zone. Green has scored, rolling out from 3 yards. For the Buckeyes, go 82 yards in 11 plays, and they have gone back in front now, 13-10.
That was a great deception by Cornelius Green because he caught Ed Powell crashing in. Ed thought also that Ohio State had handed off to Johnson, the fullback. He didn't have the ball. Green had it and rolled around Powell's position.
All right, the try for the extra point. Craven has it down. It's in the air. It's up. It's good. And so, with 9:21 remaining in the fourth period. The Buckeyes have scored to go in front. Time out on the field, and the score at the Rose Bowl, Ohio State 14, USC 10.
Some people ask you to wait an hour or two to have a muffler installed. Some may even ask you to wait all day. That's a waste of time. Because at Midas, we're geared to replace a muffler in 30 minutes or less, which is faster than any other place in town, for a very simple reason. Any other place installs mufflers as a sideline. At Midas, we do it for a living. We have to do a better job. If you drive a 1947 DeSoto into most places looking for a muffler, you'll get a lot of laughs. If you drive a 1947 DeSoto into a Midas shop looking for a muffler, you'll get a new muffler. Because we make it our business to have mufflers for almost any kind of car you're driving. In fact, we make mufflers for more than 1,700 car models. Midas. We install mufflers for a living. We have to do a better job.
So Ohio State will kick off now with 9:21 to play in this football game. The Trojans will have both Carter and Ford waiting at the goal line. Spadani kicking off. It is a high end-over-end deep kick to Ford at the 2. 5, 10, 15, 20. And he is brought down as he gets to about the 24. Quite sudden Ford, who has sprinter speed, exploding up over the 20 and then suddenly brought down as he's hit and dropped. They'll mark it at the Trojan 23, first and 10 for the Trojans at that point. Glenn Willis, the speedster from Ohio State, was down quickly to bring down Dwight Ford. So the Trojans now trailing 14-10. Dave Farmer in at the fullback spot. One thinks back to the missed field goals by Lee Mahelu, 2 of those, and to the numerous times the Trojans marched down the field only to be turned aside. From their own 23, Hayden, the quarterback, I formation, sends Carter in motion to the right. Hayden is back to pass. Cocks his arm, looks, firing long downfield for Shelton Diggs, overthrew him. Oh, Hayden must have thrown that 60 yards. But the last 20 of it were way in front of Shelton Diggs, who has sprinter speed, but nothing to equal that.
Oh, that ball went a good 60 yards in the air, landed on the 10, and I thought it was going to be held up. I think the wind, which is starting to die, still might have sailed it just a bit. It was like one of those long punts. Throw it down, put the speed under it.
So the ball comes back to the Trojan 23. It'll be 2nd and 10 for SC at that point. Chapwell has come in now to replace Shelton Diggs in the flanker back spot for the Trojans. Ohio State leads 14-10. That incompleted pass stopped the clock with 9 minutes remaining in the ball game. It was 3-0 Trojans, 7-3 Buckeyes, 10-7 Trojans, now 14-7 Ohio State. The snap is fumbled, kicked upfield, and is going to be recovered by Ohio State. Tate fumbled the snap. Farmer, the fullback, kicked it. It rolled into the secondary of the Buckeyes and was fallen upon by Rich Parsons, and Ohio State has the biggest break of the afternoon. At the Trojan 30, 1st and 10 Buckeyes.
Comes at a key time, has to be demoralizing unless Ohio State turns it back, Tom Kelly, because 14-10 Ohio State leading, still 9:03 to play, and Southern California, who had marched 78 yards for the last touchdown, probably has great offensive confidence. Now it depends on if the defense can hold Ohio State here on the 30.
That is the second USC fumble and the second one recovered by Ohio State. Green, the quarterback, hands off to Griffin, and he dives for 5 to the 25-yard line of the SC Trojans. Brought down there by Solano and Kevin Bruce and the middle guard, Otha Bradley. It'll be 2nd and 5, Buckeyes. At the Trojan 25. Griffin with 16 carries, 70 yards.
Well, Ohio State has the opportunity now to put some distance between them and Southern Cal. They need to score because Southern Cal can strike.
At the 25, Green, the quarterback, 2nd and 5. Turns, hands off to Griffin, and Griffin dives to about the 23. It'll be 3rd and 3 when they unpile. Archie tripped up a bit at the line of scrimmage, and Dropped at the 23 by Dave Lewis. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Ohio State at the Trojan 23. Time 8 minutes, and the clock is running. Trojans trail 14-10. Griffin, 72 yards, 17 carries.
The least he's been held to so far this year after 23 straight games over 100 yards, including last year's Rose Bowl. He may not make it today.
Time out on the field. The score, Ohio State 14, USC 10.
Here's another little tip you may want to try. Brought to you by Exxon.
If you want to measure something when there's no ruler handy, remember this. You have a ruler in your billfold. That's right. You can use a dollar bill for a ruler. It's just a wee bit over 6 inches long, about 6 1/8 inches to be more exact. So when you're out shopping and you want to see if something will fit at home, just pull out a dollar and start measuring.
Use a dollar bill for a ruler. That might come in handy. Your Exxon retailer hopes this little tip will help you sometime, because helping people is what good service is all about. For example, when your car starts making an odd noise or acting a little strangely, ask your Exxon retailer about it. He sees a lot of cars, so chances are he can give you some good ideas about what could be wrong, and he may even be able to fix it on the spot. So drive in and ask him. He's there to help you, under the Exxon sign.
Pretty important third down play coming up. Buckeyes 3rd and 3 on the Trojan 23. They lead 14-10. Green, the quarterback. I formation, turns, keeps it himself, rolling out, pitching out, coming to the sidelines and down for the first down inside the 20 and out of bounds at about the Trojan 18-yard line was Basnagel. And on the option and the pitch to the flanker back, Ohio State. Big play, big first down. Kevin Bruce made the stop. First down, Buckeyes at the Trojan 18.
It's a good thing that Ohio State, for their cause, got outside, because I'll tell you, the middle part of the Southern Cal defensive line is really shooting in there and making inside play awfully tough, Tom Kelly.
They've got it at the 17, Tom, and it's going to be 1st and 10 there. Basnagel in motion left. Time a factor now, and the fact that Ohio State's got the ball, and Griffin at the 15, down to the 13, before Richard Wood can wrap him up there. Going to be a pickup of about 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Down to the 14-yard line, 7.5 minutes remain in the football game. 14-10. Ohio State leading. They've recovered a Trojan fumble on the SC 30, and now they're trying to turn it into points and also kill the clock, and so far they've gotten at least half of that job done as the seconds tick away. 2nd down, and Green rolling to his left, sets up, comes back this way, fires a pass. It is almost intercepted, knocked away by Yanni Reese. Intended for Johnson at the 1-yard line. Had Reese been able to pick it off, might have been a different ball game.
Oh, he had nothing but clear sailing in front of him, and I believe that was a broken play. I doubt if Pete Johnson was a pass receiver at the goal line. I think the Trojan defense had covered their own right secondary, and this was one of those options, and Johnson just happened to be there, and the Trojans just missed a golden opportunity.
3rd and 6, Ohio State. 7 minutes to play in the game. They're at the Trojan 13 on the delay. The give to Griffin. He is wrapped up and dropped at the 15-yard line. But remember, as the field goal unit comes on for Ohio State, that 3 points will make it 17-10 and give the Trojans something to look forward to, but perhaps a tie or an opportunity to go for 2 should they score. Both the Bradley and Dave Lewis made the stop for SC. And now Clavin is on to be an angle right to left, perhaps to his liking. 32 yards. He's had some problems trying to get it there today, too. His kick this time looks good. Everybody's applauding in a white jersey. We'll see. It is good. 32-yard field goal for Clavin. Ohio State 17. The Trojans 10. And we've got 6:38 remaining in the game as the Buckeyes turn a fumble recovery into a 30-yard drive, settling for a 32-yard field goal. From the 22, 32 overall, Clavin They have put the biggest points of the afternoon on the board, Tom Hamlin.
That's his ninth field goal and 12 attempts. Interesting story on him. Czechoslovakian immigrant to the United States. Here in the Rose Bowl, we pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WMAQ and WJOI-FM, Chicago.
You mentioned that Clavin is from Czechoslovakia. There's a bit of the United States player in this game in field goal, and the point after kicker, Julie Mahelu, was born in Indonesia.
It's funny, but Tom Clavin and his family actually climbed the wall and came out of Czechoslovakia over the Iron Curtain about 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm sure Woody Hayes is glad that he brought his soccer talents to Ohio State.
Well, 4 big ones against Michigan, and now he's kicked one here. Kicked one, kicked 4 against Michigan, and this one here to give the Buckeyes now a 7-point advantage as Spadani is getting set to kickoff, and the Trojans have in the end zone Dwight Ford, Alan Carter. The kick is a low line drive affair, bouncing inside the 10 and out of bounds. Flag will go down for illegal procedure, and the Buckeyes will be asked to kick from the 35. So the ball will come back. Seem to be kicking it away from Ford. They realize he's got sprinter's feet.
Wouldn't you?
Yes, I think I would. If I were Woody Hayes, I would give it to somebody other than a guy who could break it wide open for you. Archie Griffin is having his ribs taped. There's been a bruising battle down there. We've not seen Anthony Davis since the 2-minute mark of the third period. 106,721. That is just about 148 shy of the record set a year ago, which was 106,869.
I'd like to say, Tom Kelly, that Tom Clavin kicking off was a walk-on. He was not recruited. He had to prove himself.
I don't think you can steal his jersey away from him now. Hayes is fighting all the way to the bank for it. Oh, what a kick. Into the end zone. Coming out with it is Ford at the 10. 15, stutter step, drops at the 17. Ford found no place to go but down at the Trojan 17-yard line, and the SC Ball Club now down by 7, 6.5 minutes to go. Have a lot of yardage between where they are and where the Ohio State end zone is. 1st and 10 at the 17 and trailing 17-10. And it's chilly now. The sun having disappeared. The mountains are still bathed in the sunlight behind us to the left and ahead of us across the way. But for the Rose Bowl, it is very dark, overcast now, and chilly. In motion, Shelton Diggs to the right side. Trojans moving right to left across your radio dial. Pitch back to Carter. Against the flow, cuts back in, gets 5. To about the 21 or 22. Stop made across the way. Number 42, Arnie Jones, Columbus, Ohio, middle nose guard. 6 foot, 240 pounds senior to make the stop for Ohio State. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining with 6 minutes and 14 seconds in the clock running. Trojans on their own 22-yard line. Going to be 2nd and 5 SC. Ricky Bell in at the fullback spot. John McKay is wide left. Neil Cozy playing him nose to nose. Looks on, in motion, Diggs. Back to the right side, short side of the field. Hayden turns, gives to a fullback. Bell, he's got 5. He's got almost 10 yards as he booms up to the 29. The first down easily. Wasn't fullback, it was Carter. Not Bell, Carter carrying for the first down at the Trojan 29. A 7-yard pickup, 1st and 10.
Great call. I think Ohio State on 2nd down and 5 is expecting a Trojan pass. They were expecting it. Instead, they have Carter up the middle. A Trojan first down with 5:43 left. Ohio State leading 17-10. Trojans very much alive with all that speed.
Bell is out. Farmer's in at the fullback spot. First down, they say it's so close we'll call it the 30. Hayden looks over that 5-man front for the Buckeyes. Turns, hands off. Farmer slips a tackle over the 35, very close to the 40-yard line and very close to a first down. Van de Cree and Cope, the 2 defensive linebackers on the outside, the ends, combining to pinch down Dave Farmer as he gets close to the 40-yard line. The officials say he does not have a first down yet. It's going to be 2nd and inches at the 39. Farmer's carried 7 times for 68 yards. Mosi Tatupu is in at the fullback spot. Honolulu freshman. Defense is the shot from down below. The Trojans urging that Cardinal and Gold on across the way. Carter's got the first down. 5, 7, 8 yards to the 49-yard line. Alan Carter running like the sheriff was after him. Slips to the 49. Another first down for the Trojans. So this march that started on the SC-17 has generated 3 first downs now, and the ball is out to midfield at the 49, 1st and 10. 4:44 to play. The clock and a 7-point deficit. And of course, the spirited, determined, very talented Ohio State Buckeye team, the biggest problems the Trojans have to overcome. Bell is in now at the fullback spot. Carter in the I formation tailback. To give to Bell on the delay. Over the 50, to the 45, and he fights to the Buckeye 45 where Banditry brings him down. Ricky Bell will be back next year for the Trojans, as will Farmer and Tatupu. Carter will be gone. Davis is playing his last game, and he hasn't been in since 2 minutes remaining of the third period. Donnie Hickman has come in now, replacing Joe Davis at a guard spot. The ball is at the Buckeye 45, 2nd and 4. Trojans started this drive on their own 17. 3:59 remain, and SC is trailing Ohio State 17-10. Farmer in his fullback. Diggs in motion to the right. The snap. Hayden gives off to Carter at the 45, head down, can't get any better than the Buckeye 43. As Cope is there to grab him about the shoulders and throw him down. Luke also coming up to help out on the tackle. Well, a hectic 3.5 minutes. Should it end like this? Tom Hamlin. Carter, 72 yards and 16 carries. The Trojans would feel frustrated to be sure. I think the statistics will bear out that SC has had the better of it on the ground, but the poorer of it when it comes to putting points on the board. Buckeyes, opportunistic, determined, and a very capable football team have a 7-point lead. SC at the Ohio State 43. 3rd down and 2. Hayden gives to Carter. He's hit at the 45, fights for the first down, doesn't get it. Going to be close, but he'll be shy of the 41. Boy, and a host of the white jersey Buckeyes there. And the tree on the bottom. And there also Ed Beeman. Officials unpiling him. He's shy of the first down. 4th down and a yard to go, they say. Half a yard. The Tupu comes in, Bell goes out, and the ball is at the Buckeye 42. And 2:34 to play, and John McKay's Trojans want to take a timeout. Well, you've got to go for it. You can't very well kick it and hope to get the ball back, or hope the Buckeyes are going to fumble. You've little recourse at this point in the game, trailing 17-10 and only 2.5 to go.
John McKay has to use his best back with his best hands because he doesn't want to, I think, try to run wide and lose ground on a plunging linebacker. He just simply has to get that 6 to 8 inches, which is very easy to come by. And I think in a situation like this, you might not want an exchange between the quarterback and the fullback. Pat Hayden himself may just step around guard and go through because only he knows when the ball's going to be snapped on the signal. He has the advantage, and usually a quarterback can get that distance this short.
Interesting to see what they do. Hayden has not been all that successful, Tom, this year in running the ball on sneaks and short yardage situations. It'll be interesting to see if he calls his own number or is told to call it from the sidelines. This is what the Trojans elect to do. Chances, one thing is definite. They are faced with a do-or-die situation. 4th and about 2 feet to go, I suppose, on shy of the Ohio State 41, where that would be first down territory and 2:34 to go and down by 7.
Colonel Hayden with sneaker now that only weighs 174, as you say, Tom Kelly.
I tell you, moving that Ohio State line around is they've got Mike Howell's come in now. They've got the bookends, the tight ends, and now Obradovich and Hamlin. Are they bunched up there together? Everybody is in there now at the 41-yard line. Hayden barking signals. Burns gives it. We've got the first down for USC to the 38. As carrying over the right side was Carter. Check it, Ricky Bell. No, it was Carter. Bell had him obscured, was lying on top of him. Ball is at the Ohio State 38, and the Trojans get the first down and a 4-yard pickup. 1st and 10. at the 38, and now with 2:30 remaining, the clock becomes even more of a factor here in the closing moments of this 61st Rose Bowl. 18 carries for Carter, 79 yards. If you're wondering about Anthony Davis, he has not been in the fourth period. Left with 2 minutes to go in the third period, an injured sternum. Trojans have missed him, of course. Hayden back to pass. Pretty good protection. Looking, firing long downfield in the end zone. John McKay has got it for a touchdown. For a touchdown. 38-yard touchdown pass. Hayden to McKay. The two youngsters who played throughout high school, who played throughout college. One hoping to go to the pros as a receiver. The other scheduled for Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. Have gotten the Trojans to within a point. SC is taking timeout. Hayden to McKay. 38 yards. It is 17-16. The last tie we had in the Rose Bowl, Tom Hamlin, was Stanford and Alabama, 7-7 in 1927. Now, are you going for the point, or are you going for two?
Great passing game that John McKay has. I would look for this man to go for the win and go for two.
McKay has some interesting philosophy. If you recall, when he lost to Purdue 14-13 in this very Rose Bowl, why, he had an opportunity to win it in a similar situation. He had an opportunity to tie it. He elected to try to win it. And Purdue held him off 14-13. Now, were it during the regular season, his philosophy has always been, if it's not important to the game, we'll go for a tie, because these kids will never get a chance to get to the Rose Bowl. They get there, they've played in it, let's go to win it. And so I think he will probably go for two, but we can only wait and see. They're putting it at the 3-yard line. That's the best indication I have. 83 yards in 7 plays.
It's on the 17-yard hash marker here on the west side of the field, leaving it open to the right side, Hayden's right. Southern Cal speeds in. They're going for two. Ohio State leading 17-16. 2:03 to play. And all right, right here.
All right, here it is with the roar of 106,000 fans. Hayden looking over that tough Ohio State defense. Takes the snap. Rolling out. Where he can run with it? He fires it in the end zone. It is caught. It is caught by Luke. Luke got it. Sheldon Diggs is surrounded by his teammates. Fans are screaming on the field. Sheldon Diggs caught the pass. SC has taken an 18-17 lead with 2:03 to play on a drive that went 83 yards in 7 plays, and then a 2-point toss, Hayden to Diggs, and Ohio State, with 2 minutes, can still pull it out. Remembering Clavin, the great field goal kicker, his distance, I don't believe, playing anywhere inside the 40, I would think. Tom, am I extending him too far or what?
He's hit 47 yards, which means it's spotted on about the 37. Incidentally, Archie Griffin is not in on the kickoff. His brother, freshman Ray Griffin, same build, about 5'9", 180, is over on the far side of the field. But Pat Hayden, ice water in his veins, eluded several tacklers, took his time. Perhaps a lesser man would have tried to run it. He waited till Diggs was open and hit him about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Just a great play by Hayden and a great reception, a diving one by Shelton Diggs.
Ohio State University has 2 timeouts remaining. Lima Halu will kick off. This game has taken its toll of 2 of the best running backs in the nation, if not the best. Archie Griffin and Anthony Davis, both injured. Griffin was having his ribs taped. Davis has not played the entire fourth quarter. There's the kickoff. It is high. End over end, coming at the 12 to Bashnagel. 15. Coming outside at the 20. 25. He is hit and dropped at the 30. Glenn Willis, and not Bashnagel, with sprinter speed, comes to the Buckeye 31-yard line With 1:58 to play, it'll be 1st and 10 Ohio State at that point.
Southern California did a great job closing the gap because Willis can fly. Momentary daylight, then they closed it down. 69 yards away. Southern Cal leading 18-17. 1:58 to play. Here's Tom Kelly.
All right, Tom Hamlin, what a Rose Bowl game we've got. Green is back to throw, fires a pass that is complete to Fastnagle at the Ohio State 40-yard line, which means he's going to be 2 yards, a yard and a half shy of a first down. Second, call it a yard to go at the 40. And the Buckeyes in a hurry-up 2-minute drill now. No huddle. Green shouting instructions to his line as he sets him down shy of the 40. Trojans can drop.
That's Fastnagle coming here. He is the wingback. I thought he moved. Now he draws the linebacker. There are a minute and 29 seconds remaining in this one of the best of all Rose Bowl games. It figured to be in the matchup. Two powerhouse teams, each defeated once. Four of them under. And a timeout call by Ohio State to stop the clock.
This is the biggest play of the football game for Gary Jeter. He has not had that good a game. He's got all kinds of ability. He's got great speed, great strength, and a great second effort. Watch this.
79, Jeter pulls him down. A minute and 16 seconds remaining. At halftime, Ohio State led 7-3. USC came back to take the lead 10-7. And Ohio State went ahead 17-10. And USC's come roaring back on an 8-point play to go ahead. Green throws, and it is completed to the 42-yard line of Ohio State to Bartosik, the tight end. A minute and 7 to go. And it is a first down. They stopped the clock on the first down.
Mike Bartosik has been a real asset for this football team.
First down, Ohio State, less than a minute to go. Green.
Takes again. Fires a pass. It is incomplete, I believe. They're going to say it is complete again to Bartosik. He's caught two in a row. 40 seconds. 39. The ball is at the Trojan 49-yard line. Second down and about 2 yards to go. Green back to throw. Fires one for the sidelines. Incomplete. Stops the clock with a half minute to play. Trojan player down. That's Gary Jeter down and hurt at the 44-yard line. Gary Jeter, who was a sophomore last year in this game, Tom Hamlin, had the difficult task of playing against that great All-American John Hicks that Ohio State had.
They're both in the same town, Cleveland, Ohio, and John went on to be Rookie of the Year in the NFL.
And one of the few bright spots that the New York Giants had. We pause 10 seconds for station. Hold that. Don't leave us, network. We gave you the wrong one there. The 29 seconds remaining, and the officials have taken the time out of the score. USC 18, Ohio State 17.
Hi, this is Joe Garagiola. You know what happens when you buy a 1975 Dodge Sport convertible? It's like getting 3 cars for the price of one. Car 1 is a 5-passenger economy coupe. Car 2, a sunroof convertible. And Car 3, it's like a little wagon with optional fold-down rear seat. And for the clincher, there's our great new Owner Care program with its 12-month unlimited mileage car warranty. For the first 12 months of use, any Chrysler Motors Corporation dealer will fix without charge for parts or labor any part of our 1975 passenger cars we supply, except tires, which proves defective in normal use, regardless of mileage. That's it. All you have to do is take care of normal maintenance service, such as changing filters and wiper blades. Check out the 75 Dort Sport convertible at your Dodge dealer's showroom this week.
All right, with 29 seconds showing on the stadium clock, the ball is at the Trojan 49-yard line. Third down, a yard to go for the Buckeyes. SC leading 18-17. Gary Jeter helped off the field, actually went off under his own power, and George Stewart has come on to replace him at defensive tackle for the Trojans. Ohio State started this drive with 2 minutes remaining on their own 31-yard line, following a Trojan score. Hayden passing to John McKay, 38 yards, and then a conversion for 2, Hayden passing to Diggs. SC is now in front, 18-17, and now with half a minute to play, Len Willis is in. He's the sprinter.
Remember, Tom Kelly, if Ohio State can get down to about the 30-35, even with time critical, that would be field goal distance for Tom Claiborne.
All right, Cornelius Green comes over to talk to Woody Hayes.
Well, the Buckeyes have just one timeout left. They had a good chance to practice this drill after the Michigan State game, you know. 16-13 Michigan State win when Ohio State drove 79 yards and fell a half yard short by just running out of time. And I'm sure Coach Hayes has well put 2-minute drills in.
Anthony Davis across the way, looks on this side of the field. Archie Griffin back in there now, heavily taped up. Cornelius Green comes to the Buckeye huddle, and soon the officials, Charlie Moffitt marks it ready for play now. Seconds remaining in the 61st Rose Bowl, and now the officials have been over talking to John McKay, and apparently Charlie signaled free of something. I don't know what he was talking about. It is then third down, listed as such. All right, snap to Green. He's back to pass. He jumps it off on the side. It is incomplete and almost intercepted. Almost picked off by Dale Mitchell. It'll be fourth down and a yard to go for Ohio State now with 21 seconds left. And the Buckeyes will have it on the Trojan 49. That pass nearly picked off. Sideline effort in front of the Ohio State bench. 21 seconds remaining. SC leading Ohio State 18-17. Dave Hazel is wide left. Fastnagel in the slot. Green gives the ball to Archie Griffin. He's got the first down as he gets to the Trojan 47, and Ohio State says time. First down, 16 seconds remaining in the game.
Now Ohio State lining up without a huddle. They've got 16 seconds to go and plenty of time to call it. And a first down left on the 46.
All right, the ball is, they marked it at the 47. Green at quarterback. Seconds ticking away as he's back to pass. Looking, rolling far to the other side of the field. That's the midfield stripe. Runs out of bounds at the 45, and 7 seconds remain. Dale Mitchell drove him out at the 45. Second and 8. 7 seconds remain in the 61st Rose Bowl. And shades of 1963, Hal Ashby. How dark it is getting here in Pasadena. And the sunlight just now capping the beautiful San Gabriels off to our left, some with snow atop them. The lights have been on here at the Rose Bowl for some time. Tom, you remember that 42-37 game, Wisconsin and SC?
Sure do.
7 seconds to go. At the 45, Green is back, looking, fires a pass. It is incomplete. At the 34, 2 seconds remain.
Well, they were trying to put it in field goal range. Had he caught it, it would have been down to about the 37-yard line. It would have made about a 50-yarder. And I'm sure that Tom Claiborne,
Ladini's coming in.
He can kick off into the end zone. They're going to try it. Desperation.
He's going to try from the Ohio State 47.
62 yards, Tom Kelly.
62-yard field goal. All right, the snap is down. The boot. It is going to be short in the end zone. The game is over. The University of Southern California Trojans have beaten Ohio State a one-touchdown favorite, 18-17, in one of the most exciting and I'm sure at the same time frustrating Rose Bowls that this passing event has ever seen. We'd like to thank, of course, our spotters, Herb Panama, Jerry Niss, our statistician, Jay Berman, Tom Hamlin, our thanks to you. What a great game it's been. Our engineer, John Pollock, and our director-producer, once again, our thanks to Hal Ashby. Today's Rose Bowl game brought to you by Exxon Company, USA, who says, let's make every mile count. By Midas. And remember, when it comes to what's under your car at Midas, they're specialists. They have to do a better job. And by your nearby Dodge dealer, who invites you to see the change-in Charger. It's a whole new car. Once again, the final score of today's game, the University of Southern California 18, Ohio State 17. This has been an NBC Radio Sports Network presentation.